Hey guys, hope you are well. So, welcome to the Anime Fictions 2.0. This is the story about what if Naruto's secret senju prodigy. You will love this what if scenario. If you did, do subscribe for more awesome what if. Share with your friends and enjoy them. Check out the other videos I have created. Comment down your opinion. So, without wasting any time, let's jump into the first part. Man, Gigi must be really slipping, a blonde blur thought as it sped through a rapidly darkening forest, a large scroll strapped to his back. The scroll was massive. It was nearly the size of the young boy who was carrying it. I can't believe how easy this was. It was just sitting there in Gigi's office. As soon as this thought passed through Naruto Uzumaki's head, it caused him to do something that many people believed him incapable of doing. Why was this so easy? The blonde pondered. Gigi is the strongest ninja in the village. Why would this scroll be in his office unless it is really important? But why was it so lightly guarded? Come on. I know I'm pretty good at stealth for a kid, but there is no way that Gigi would let me just walk out of his office with something so important. And Mizuki-sensei knew where it was. How? Naruto stopped at a clearing, about a half-mile outside the village, the place where Mizuki said he would administer the makeup exam. There has got to be something going on, Naruto muttered as he slung the scroll off his back. I should take this back to Gigi, he would understand. But what if I'm caught before I find him? Gigi is the only one who believes me, the others wouldn't believe me. I think it's too late to turn back now. If I'm right, and this is a setup, then the best thing to do is spring the trap. Naruto looked down at the large scroll at his side. I'd better get to work then. I have to make this look convincing, he shrugged. Come on, open your stupid scroll. Naruto growled as he tried to open the large scroll. Ow! He yelped as he lightly cut his hand on the scroll's edge. Before he could stop them, several drops of blood fell from his hand and landed on the scroll. The scroll glowed a bright blue and peeled open. Naruto stared at the now open scroll. He noticed a circle of writing for a split second before there came a small explosion of smoke that obscured the scroll. Naruto yelped and scrambled backward from the scroll as a tall man appeared in the middle of the cloud of smoke. This man had spiky gray hair, with dark eyes that seemed to catch everything and, to Naruto, pierce right through his very being. The man's face was framed by an odd-looking piece of armor with Konoha's symbol etched in the center. Naruto swallowed a lump in his throat as the man looked down at him. Where am I, boy? The man asked, his voice sharp and heavy with the air of command. Naruto knew that this man meant business and wanted answers fast. Konoha, Naruto stammered. The man nodded. Who are you? Naruto Uzumaki. The man's eyebrow rose at Naruto's answer. Do you know who I am? Naruto shook his head, though the man's face did seem familiar. I am Tobirama Senju, the Naidame Hokage. Naidame Hokage? But Gigi is the Hokage! Naruto shouted. Gigi? What Hokage is this Gigi? Gigi is the Sandaime Hokage, Naruto answered. Hiruzen, Tobirama said softly. Wait, if you are the Naidame Hokage, that means you are dead! Naruto cried. Are you a ghost? He asked, his voice trembling. I am a shadow clone, Tobirama said. Shadow clone? How old are you, Naruto-san? I'm 12. Are you a shinobi? Of course, Naruto shouted. Well, not yet, I am still in the academy. But once I learn jutsu from this scroll, I'll be a ninja. Tobirama gazed down at the blonde boy before him. He could sense that the boy in front of him held an immense amount of chakra, especially for one so young. But as he sensed deeper, Tobirama felt something that he had only sensed once before in his sister-in-law, Mito Uzumaki. This boy holds the kyubi, Tobirama thought. But it seems that he is unaware of it. If he were, then there is no way that Sara would not have made him a ninja already. Hey clone guy, can you teach me shadow clone? Naruto asked. The clone jutsu is the one I just can't get to work, and I've always failed the exam because of it. If he has such chakra and very little control over his chakra, then he would not be able to perform the clone jutsu, Tobirama thought. The shadow clone jutsu would suit him well. Very well, Uzumaki-san, I will teach you the shadow clone jutsu, Tobirama announced. All right. Naruto shouted with joy, pumping his fist into the air. Silence, Tobirama barked, causing Naruto to fall silent. Do not believe I am doing this as a kind boy. Even from the short time I have observed you, I can tell that you have no idea what it means to be a shinobi. You believe that being a shinobi is just fun and games, flashy and being a hero. You are wrong. Being a shinobi is to become the pillar of strength. Being a ninja is to be the one who will shoulder the burdens of the village. You will do whatever it takes to protect the village. Do you think that you can do that? Become the pillar that holds the house that is Konoha upright? Yes, sir, Naruto vowed, his eyes brimming with determination. Tobirama nodded. This boy, he is much like your brother when we were younger, the Naidame thought, a small smile appearing on his face. But he was able to open this scroll, which means he is related to both of us. Could Akemi-chan have been? I did it! Naruto shouted as he successfully performed the shadow clone jutsu for the 5th consecutive time. Tobirama nodded at the sight of the blonde boy running around in celebration for successfully learning a B rank, of his own make, in only 2 hours. The clone of the deceased Hokage admitted to himself that the boy, Naruto, had quite a bit of talent, but it seemed that his greatest strength was also his greatest weakness. Naruto had too much chakra. If the boy didn't burn chakra, he would get jittery and hyper, and that meant he couldn't concentrate. Naruto-san, Tobirama said, garnering the boy's attention. My chakra is running low, and soon I will dispel. What? Why? Naruto cried. It is the way of things, Tobirama said stoically. Now I can sense a person quickly approaching our position, so I will make this quick. The scroll you opened would have only done so if the blood spilt on it matches my own. What does that mean? Naruto asked, his voice quiet. It means that on some level, we are related to Naruto-san, Tobirama said. Who were your parents? Naruto's face fell. I don't know, he said. Gigi has only told me that they died in the Kyuubi attack and that they loved me. I see, Tobirama said. Well, when you next see Saru, tell him that withholding information can be just as dangerous and damaging as releasing too much. Also show him this scroll and tell him that it is your heritage. I will. Tobirama Ajisen, Naruto beamed, cradling the scroll like a mother would hold a newborn baby. Another thing, Naruto-san, you mentioned the Kyuubi attacking the village and that your parents died in the attack, Tobirama commented. Tell me what you know about the attack. And Naruto did so, telling Tobirama about how his hero, the Yondaime Hokage, defeated and killed the Kyuubi by using some ultra-powerful. When Naruto finished the tale, he noticed the clone frowning at him. Naruto-san, I do not know why Sara has told you this fabrication, Tobirama said. But the Kyuubi is a Biju, a massive construct of pure chakra. It cannot be killed by any means, only sealed away. Sealed away? Naruto asked, a cold pit forming in his stomach. Yes, the Biju can be sealed away into objects or people. People? Yes, Naruto-san, Tobirama said. When a Biju is sealed within a person, that person is considered a. A cold trickle dripped down the back of Naruto's neck at the word. You, Naruto-san, are the of the Kyuubi. Silence fell upon the clearing like a blanket. I am Kyuubi? No, Tobirama said sharply. You are not the Kyuubi, you are its prison. You are the one who contains the Kyuubi, protecting the village from the Kyuubi. I do not know why Sara has not told you of this. He will have his reasons, but I am of the mind that one must have all the relevant facts to make the correct decision. Now, Naruto-san, my chakra has just about run out. I am sorry to be leaving you just after telling you this, but that is life. Not everything will go your way. You must be able to persevere or you will be crushed. You are a descendant of the Yondaime Hokage, you will be fine. I believe in you, Naruto-san, don't prove me wrong. Hi, Tobirama Ajisen, Naruto said clearly. I promise you that I will not let you down. I will become the pillar of strength for the village, and I will become Hokage just like you. Tobirama nodded as a faint smile graced his stern features. I am sure you will be, Naruto-san. Goodbye. Goodbye, Tobirama Ajisen, Naruto said softly as the clone dispelled itself, vanishing in a puff of smoke. Wiping his eyes, Naruto turned to pick up the scroll just as a new figure leapt down from the trees. There you are! Iruka shouted, his big head jutsu activating on instinct. Do you have any idea what you've done with Naruto? Do you know how much trouble you are going to be in? Hello, Iruka-sensei, Naruto said solemnly. The blonde's calm and respectful response drew Iruka short. I'm sorry about this. I was told by Mizuki-sensei that if I snuck into Gigi's office and stole this scroll and learned it from it, then he would pass me and I would become a real ninja. Iruka gaped down at the blonde. Mizuki? What's going on? He thought. Okay, Naruto, say I believe this. We need to get back to the village and explain everything to Hokage-sama, Iruka said. I know, Iruka-sensei, Naruto said. Lead the way. Sorry to break up this cozy scene, but you two aren't going anywhere, a mocking voice called down from the trees. Iruka and Naruto looked up to see Mizuki sneering down at them, a pair of shurikens strapped to his back. Mizuki, what is going on? Iruka asked. Well, I was planning on there not being any witnesses to this, but not everything can go as planned, Mizuki chuckled. This way I can even pin another death on the demon, and I'll be treated as a hero when I kill it. What are you talking about? Naruto asked, playing up his idiocy even though his suspicions had just been confirmed. He had been set up. Naruto, do you know why everyone in the village hates you? Mizuki laughed. Mizuki, no. You know it's forbidden. Iruka cried. Why should I care? Mizuki laughed, sending chills down Naruto's spine. You two are going to die here and now. The crazed reached back and unclipped one of the shuriken hanging on his back. Naruto and Iruka tensed as Mizuki began spinning the large instrument of death with just one finger. Naruto, I'll hold him off, Iruka said. You need to get that scroll back to the Hokage. You can't allow Mizuki to get it. Ah, poor little Irika is trying to protect the very monster that killed his parents, Mizuki mocked. Tell me, Irika, why are you trying to protect the very thing that made you an orphan? The Kyuubi killed your parents, and now you are protecting them. What are you talking about? Naruto asked. Oh, that's right, you still don't know, do you? Mizuki laughed. You are not Naruto Uzumaki. That is just some name that the Hokage gave you to try and fool the others, but I know the truth. You are the monster that attacked our home, killed our loved ones and nearly destroyed the village 12 years ago. You are the Kyuubi no Yoko. Irika turned slowly toward Naruto with a large amount of trepidation. Now Naruto knew, but the question was how would the boy handle it? Naruto, you are not the Kyuubi, Irika said, looking at the frozen boy. You are the prison for the demon. You are Naruto Uzumaki, the #1 prankster of Konoha and one of my precious students. How touching, Mizuki sneered. Enough talking, time to kill the demon. Mizuki hurled the spinning shuriken at the still unmoving Naruto. The spinning blade sliced through the stale air, gleaming in the bright moonlight. No, Naruto! Irika cried, reaching out toward his student. Naruto stumbled backward but tripped over a tree root, falling to the ground as the shuriken closed in. Mizuki's eyes gleamed with malice and glee as the whirling instrument of death neared its target. Gah! Naruto slowly opened his eyes as he felt something warm and wet drip onto his cheek. It was Irika, crouching over Naruto. The blonde's eyes widened when he spotted the large shuriken sticking out of Irika's back. Blood was trickling down Irika's chin and several drops had landed on Naruto's face. Irika-sensei! Naruto gasped as he took in the pain-twisted grimace of his sensei. Why? Because you are just like me, Naruto, Irika said, his voice rough with pain and several more flecks of blood from Irika's mouth, landing on Naruto's jumpsuit. After my parents were killed, all I wanted was for someone to look at me, to pay me any attention. I was a troublemaker and prankster, always trying to find a way for people to just look at me. I am sorry that you had to suffer the pain of loneliness when I knew what you were going through. I was not strong enough to help you and I am sorry. Naruto stared up at his sensei as the wounded man poured out his soul to the blonde. Naruto was about to say it was okay when a cruel laugh cut him off. How pathetic! Mizuki howled. You are really trying to comfort the demon, the very monster that killed your parents. Well, you'll soon be joining them, Irika. I wonder what they'll say when they learn that you were protecting the demon that killed them. Irika winced as another stab of pain crashed through his body. He looked down at Naruto to apologize once more, for not treating him correctly and for not protecting him. But those words died in his throat at the sight of cold and steely blue eyes looking over his shoulder. He had never seen Naruto look so angry. Normally the boy would shout and rage till his face turned blue. This anger was focused and wound so tightly that it sent chills down the Chunin's spine that had nothing to do with the large shuriken in his flesh. You will not harm my sensei! Naruto snarled, pulling himself to his feet from underneath Irika. You are a traitor to the village, and you will face the penalty for doing so. And who is going to stop me? Mizuki laughed. You! I will do my duty, Naruto said. Even if it costs me my life, you will not leave here alive. Multi-shadow clone jutsu. Mizuki's laughter died as an explosion of smoke filled the clearing. When the smoke cleared, it was a sea of orange and yellow. Mizuki felt a cold bead of sweat trickle down his spine at the innumerable cold blue eyes glaring at him from all angles. How is this possible? You are just a talentless orphan. How can you create this many clones? Mizuki shouted. Because I am Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said. Get him. The clones gave a nearly deafening roar and surged toward a frozen Mizuki. Naruto watched with emotionless eyes as the horde of his clones descended from the trees and pounded Mizuki into a bloody pulp. Naruto, you really did learn jutsu, Irika coughed. Irika-sensei! Naruto cried. The clones that Naruto summoned vanished in puffs and the original raced over to the injured academy teacher. Hey Naruto, Irika said with a slight wince. You were amazing. I've never seen anyone create so many clones before, let alone shadow clones. Naruto's face lit up at Irika's praise. Well, I might have overdone it though, Naruto admitted, rubbing the back of his head. Don't worry about him, Irika growled. Like you said, he is a traitor and doesn't deserve our thoughts. Now I want you to close your eyes. I have something to give you. You're not going to kiss me or something, are you, sensei? Naruto asked. No, you little brat. Irika shouted, his big head jutsu activating on reflex. Just close your eyes. Naruto gave Irika a piercing look. It made the scarred Chunin feel like the Hokage was examining him. But the blonde then nodded and closed his eyes. Okay Naruto, go ahead and open your eyes, Irika told Naruto. The blonde slowly opened his eyes and saw his instructor sitting in front of him, a pained smile on the man's face. Then Naruto felt something on his forehead. He reached up and felt his hand bump into a hard metal plate. What the? Congratulations Naruto, you graduate, Irika said brightly. The scarred Chunin cried out in pain as Naruto threw himself at Irika, but the academy teacher looked down at the blonde with a fond smile. A soft cough brought the bonding moment to a quick end. Irika looked up to see a squad of masked ANBU standing above them in the trees. Irika-san, are you injured? The dog-faced ANBU asked. Inu-san! Naruto cried. Irika-sensei is hurt really badly. We've got to get him. It's okay, Naruto. Irika calmed the frantic blonde. It's not that bad. Though Irika's reassurance was lost as he coughed up some more blood. Nico, take Irika to the hospital, Inu ordered. Torai Gama, secure the traitor and I will escort Uzumaki-san to the Hokage to report on what has happened. The other three ANBU nodded and leapt down from the trees to go about their orders. Naruto jumped slightly as Inu appeared beside him. Come along, Uzumaki-san, Inu said. The Hokage is waiting. Naruto nodded, tightening his grip on the large scroll as Inu put hand on the boy's shoulder. The blonde looked over at Irika, who was being given first aid treatment by Nico. By Irika-sensei. I will see you later, Naruto. Irika grinned, though his face twitched as he felt his skin being stitched back together. Don't worry about the Hokage, just tell him the truth, and you will be fine. Naruto only had time to nod before the forest vanished. Whoa, Naruto gasped as the interior of the Hokage's office came into view. What was that? Can you teach me? Perhaps another time, Naruto, an amused voice said from behind a large desk. It was the Sandaime Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Hey Gigi, Naruto said sheepishly. I guess I have some explaining to do. Yes you do, Naruto-kun, the Hokage said. That will be all, Inu-san. You are dismissed, Hokage-sama, Inu said before fading into the shadows. So Naruto-kun, care to explain why you snuck into my office and stole a very important scroll? Hiruzen asked. After I failed the graduation exam, Mizuki-san. Mizuki approached me, saying that I could still graduate if I completed a makeup exam, Naruto explained. He said I had to sneak into your office, steal the scroll and learn it from it, and if I did all that without being caught, I would pass and be able to become a ninja. Hiruzen set his fingers in front of his face, looking down at the blonde boy in front of him. I see, he said. And did you succeed? Yes, Naruto said. But it was weird, I accidentally cut myself on the scroll and some of my blood got on the scroll and then the weirdest thing happened. What happened to Naruto-kun? This guy appeared from inside the scroll, Naruto said. He said he was the Nidaime Hokage. What? Hiruzen gasped. I know, Naruto agreed. But he said he was a shadow clone, he even taught me the watch. Shadow clone jutsu. Hiruzen was stunned as 3 solid copies of Naruto appeared in the office. Very well done, Naruto-kun, you successfully learned a B rank in just one night, the Hokage said. There are not many people who can even claim such a feat. Naruto beamed at the praise from the Hokage and his grandfather figure. Thanks, Gigi, he said. Oh, and Tobirama-san said to tell you that withholding information can be just as dangerous as releasing too much. He also said that we were related somehow, since the only people who could open the scroll was someone with his blood. Hiruzen fell back into his chair in disbelief. Are you sure, Naruto-kun? He asked. I am not doubting you, but I need to be sure. I'm sure, Gigi, Naruto said, looking Hiruzen straight in the eye. He told me that the only way that the scroll would open is if the blood was of his line, whatever that means. Is it true? Am I related to the Nidaime Hokage? Hiruzen sighed heavily. I have no idea, he admitted. As far as I knew, my sensei did not have a family aside from his brother's family. But I also will say that Tobirama-sensei was a very secretive person, so it is certainly possible. The fact that your blood opened the scroll lends credence to the theory that you are related to him. But the Nidaime Hokage died a long time ago, right? Naruto said. There is no way that he could be my dad, right? So what is he to me? Is he my dad's dad or what? I can't tell you for certain, Hiruzen said. Like I told you, Naruto, Tobirama-sensei was very secretive, and I did not know if he had a lover or wife. And no, there is no way that the Nidaime Hokage could be your father. I knew your parents very well and… You knew my parents? Who were they, Gigi? Please, you have to tell me? Naruto cried. Tears began pouring down his cheeks. Hiruzen felt his heart clench at the sight of his surrogate grandson's face. Naruto, your parents were very strong ninja and during their lives they gained many enemies, Hiruzen said. Enemies who would have no qualms about taking revenge by killing you. I promise that I will tell you about your parents when I feel you are strong enough to defend yourself. And that is my final word on the matter. Very well, Hokage-sama, Naruto answered curtly. Is that everything? Yes, Naruto-kun, Hiruzen said, masking the hurt he felt from Naruto's use of his title. If you would just return the scroll. I am afraid I can't do that, Hokage-sama, Naruto said. As this scroll is my family's property, I will be taking possession of it. I cannot let you do that, Naruto-kun, Hiruzen said. That scroll is much too valuable to be in an unsupervised environment. There isn't anything you can do about this, Hokage-sama, Naruto retorted. The clan charter, set down by the showdown Hokage, means you cannot confiscate any scrolls that belong to an active clan as long as the head of the clan is an active shinobi. An active clan also means a clan that has at least a dozen members in it, Hiruzen argued. Then release the Uchiha scrolls, Naruto fired back. There are only 2 members of that clan alive, including Itachi. So don't try and pull that card. Naruto, you are too young. Like I was too young to know that the Yondaime sealed the Kyuubi in me, Naruto snapped, his eyes growing stormy. Why didn't you tell me? You knew why people kept looking at me with such hate and coldness, but you never did anything about it. Hiruzen felt every one of his advanced years weighing down on him. Naruto's words struck deeper and more painful than any kunai. I am sorry, Naruto-kun, but I did not wish for you to find out like this. I couldn't tell you before because I wasn't sure you would be able to handle the truth. You didn't trust me, Naruto accused. Hiruzen winced sharply. I asked you how many times if you knew why they all glared at me, and every time you would tell me to ignore it or blow the question off. Were you ever going to tell me? Yes, Naruto-kun, but I needed to make sure that you understood the burden that you bore, Hiruzen tried to explain. How many people know? Naruto asked. How many people know that the fox is sealed in me? The generation above yours, Hiruzen admitted. I made it a law not to reveal your status to anyone that was not already in the know. I had hoped to keep it a tighter secret, but that was a fool's thought. I'd also hoped that you would be able to find friends in your classmates, as they wouldn't know. Well, that failed miserably, Naruto sneered. Hiruzen hung his head. Yes, and I am so sorry about that, Naruto-kun, he said. You can start making it up to me by letting me keep this scroll, Naruto said. As far as anyone knows, I am the only one who can open it, so it is my property. I promise that I will not let anyone know that I have it, but please, Gigi, let me have this one piece of my family. Hiruzen schooled his features as he stared his surrogate grandson in the eye. Naruto's blue eyes were hard and determined. The boy was not going to give this up, reminding the aged Hokage of another Uzumaki. All right, Naruto-kun, I will let you keep the scroll, Hiruzen said. On one condition. Yes, Hokage-sama? Tomorrow after you have your team meeting, I would like you to come to my office so we can examine the scroll, Hiruzen said. I want to give you some advice. I don't want you to get in over your head in learning my senseis. Naruto closed his mouth and thought about the Hokage's offer. He knew that he was pushing his luck with the clan charter card. The Hokage could take possession of the scroll mainly because no one would believe Naruto could ever be the descendant of the Naruto Hokage. If Naruto tried to fight and the situation was brought before the village council, Naruto would be laughed out of the chamber. He had no allies among the council. Very well, Hokage-sama, I will agree to this condition, Naruto said. But I want reasons from you if I am limited in what I can learn, actual reasons, not just that I am too young. Once I accepted this headband, I ceased being a child. All right, Uzumaki-san, Hiruzen said. I will also accept your terms and will see you tomorrow. Dismissed. Yes, Hokage-sama. Naruto saluted before securing the scroll and leaving the Hokage's office, leaving the elder Hokage hoping that he had made the correct decision. Bleary blue eyes slowly opened as sunlight streamed through tattered curtains. Rubbing his eyes, Naruto sat up on his thin mattress and took in his bedroom. Pale yellow walls stared blankly back at the young Uzumaki. There were no photos or pictures hanging from the bare walls. It was a very sobering sight. Naruto hissed as he swung his legs off the bed and stood up, the cold wood floor waking the blonde up far faster than anything else. As Naruto made his way toward the bathroom, he noticed a large scroll standing in the corner of the bedroom with a Konoha headband sitting on top of it. And the memories from the previous night came storming back to Naruto, and a wide smile broke out across the blonde's face. He had graduated, finally graduated from the academy. That wide smile turned somber as more details from the previous night came back to Naruto. The fact that he was related to both the Naruto Hokage, and through him the Showdown Hokage, but also that sealed within him was the Kyuubi, the demon that had attacked the village 12 years ago, and caused an immense amount of destruction that Konoha was still trying to recover from. A frown creased Naruto's face as he remembered the conversation that he had with the Sandaime Hokage, about the old man who had kept the knowledge of him holding the Kyuubi from him in the hopes of letting Naruto have a normal childhood. Naruto snorted at the man's naivete. It was obvious that the vast majority of the villagers knew what he housed and treated him with fear and disgust. After washing up and eating a quick breakfast, Naruto locked up his apartment, straightened his headband and made his way off toward the academy, his mind thinking ahead to his team placement. Most villagers and shinobi thought that Naruto was a complete idiot, with a large mouth and no skills to back it up. And while that was somewhat true, Naruto realized that he had not done himself any favors by goofing off and not paying attention in class. As a genin, Naruto knew that it was on him to improve himself. No one would help him. He had been alone all his life and had grown to rely only on himself. The words of the Night-Aim Hokage rang in his head: to be a ninja, you must be the pillar of strength for the village, to shoulder the burdens that others cannot. Naruto schooled his features as he approached the academy building. This was it, Naruto thought. He was about to take the next step on his journey to become Hokage. Naruto! What are you doing here? Team placements are only for people who passed, the rough and grating voice of Kiba Inazaka sneered. Naruto just pointed at his forehead. I passed, the blonde said. How? Kiba growled. If I tell you, I'd have to kill you, Naruto snarked. He really enjoyed riling up the feral boy. Real secret stuff, the Hokage has to read you in if he thinks you are worthy. What? Kiba shouted. You're lying. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, Naruto grinned. But you'll have to take your question to the Hokage if you want an answer. Kiba opened his mouth to continue the argument but was stopped by Shino Aburame. Kiba, do not speak, Shino said. If the Hokage has deemed Naruto worthy of graduating, who are you to say otherwise? Kiba huffed and shrugged Shino's hand from his shoulder. Fine, he grumbled. But don't think that just because you graduated means that you are a better ninja than me. You are still the dead last. Naruto grit his teeth but didn't respond to the boy's jib. He found a seat closest to the window and in the back row, not noticing a pair of pale eyes watching his every movement. Naruto laid his head down on the desk to catch up on some more sleep while waiting for the rest of the class to appear. Team 7 will be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha. An ear-piercing squeal jolted Naruto out of his dozing with the subtlety of a pack of exploding tags. What the hell? He grumbled, sitting up. Blinking his eyes rapidly to clear them, Naruto noticed the rest of the class staring at him. Ah, Naruto, good to see you decided to join us, Iruka said from the front of the room, an amused smile on his face. Now, as I was saying, Team 7 will be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, and Naruto Uzumaki. What? Sakura cried, jumping to her feet and pointing at Naruto. Iruka-sensei, why do Sasuke-kun and I have to be saddled with Naruto? Because Sakura, the Hokage, has selected these teams, Iruka said, frowning at the pink-haired child. Now if you think you know better than the Hokage, please speak up. Sakura quietly sat down, somewhat trembling from the stern glare that Iruka had pinned her with. Naruto felt a twinge of pain in his chest at his crush's adamant refusal to work with him, but he filed it away. Iruka finished reading off the team rosters and looked up at his now former students. Your Jonin senseis will be here shortly to pick you up, he told them. Now don't think that just because you have graduated means you can take it easy. You are now a ninja of this village, and that means you will all now have a new sort of responsibilities. You are the future of our village. Good luck, and always remember to carry the will of fire wherever your journey may take you. It has been an honor and an adventure teaching you all. Naruto watched as Iruka looked each of the graduates in the eye before leaving the classroom. As soon as the door closed, the chatter in the classroom rose. Naruto looked down and saw the Rookie of the Year, Sasuke Uchiha, staring back up at him with a mix of confusion and superiority. What are you looking at? Naruto asked sharply. Sasuke grunted. Just wondering who you had to suck off to get that headband, the Uchiha sneered. What did you say? Naruto snarled, his anger flaring. It's the only way an idiot like you could ever graduate, Sasuke grinned darkly. The room around the two boys had gone silent, with several of the students rapidly switching their attention back and forth between Sasuke and Naruto. Listen here, Uchiha, Naruto growled. I don't honestly care what you think about how I graduated. I know how it happened, so do the Hokage and the people who need to know. Sasuke's face twitched at Naruto's response, and the blonde grinned. That's what got your panties in a twist, Naruto chuckled. It's not that I graduated but that you don't know how I did. In the academy, you were the big fish, the one who had all the answers, but now you are nothing more than just another genin. And that pisses you off, doesn't it, team? Sasuke's face tightened as Naruto's jib struck true. He spun back to face the front of the classroom again. Naruto! Don't you talk to Sasuke-kun like that! Sakura shouted. Naruto closed his eyes and looked back out the window, ignoring the pang in his chest at Sakura's defense of Sasuke. Soon 2 had arrived to pick up teams 8 and 10. Naruto recognized Team 10's sensei, Asuma Sarutobi, from the picture on the Hokage's desk, but he didn't recognize the beautiful dark-haired woman who picked up Team 8. That left only Sakura, Sasuke and Naruto in the classroom. Ugh! Where is our sensei? Sakura growled an hour after the other 2 teams had been picked up. Naruto restrained himself from making a similar comment, knowing that Sakura would just shout at him, but he did agree with her. This was no use of his time, he would much rather be reading more of Tobirama's and scroll. If only he could be in 2 places at. The sound of Naruto's head slamming into the desk snapped Sasuke's and Sakura's heads around to look at him. What the hell is Naruto? Sakura shouted. I'm going to the bathroom, Naruto said, getting to his feet. I'll be back in a bit. What if our sensei comes by while you are gone? Sakura asked. Well, then they can wait, Naruto said. He walked out, ignoring the shout from his female teammate, and turned down the hallway toward the bathroom. He entered the bathroom, and with a quick hand sign, a second Naruto appeared in a puff of smoke. All right, you go back to the classroom to wait with Team and Sakura-chan, Naruto told his clone. I'll go back to my apartment and start reading Grandpa's scroll. What if Sakura-chan is right and Sensei does show up? Shouldn't your boss be there? I can go back and read the scroll, the clone said. Who knows what our sensei will want to do when they get here? It would be smarter to have you stay here to be safe. You just don't want to be in the same room as the team, Naruto argued. Neither do you, the clone fired back. Look, my idea is the smartest. You still get to read Grandpa's scroll and still meet our sensei. Fine, Naruto muttered. I can't believe I got outsmarted by my own clone, he grumbled as he left the bathroom and headed back to the classroom. What happened, Dobe? Did you fall in? Sasuke snarked. Naruto breathed out sharply through his nose as he let the comment wash over him. He sat down in the same seat as before and looked out the window. It was another 2 hours before Naruto jerked awake as the classroom's sliding door opened to reveal a tall with gravity-defying silver hair. The only visible part of the man's face was his right eye. A mask covered the lower half of his face, and he had his Konoha headband angled to cover his left eye. Your team 7 then? The man said. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke nodded. Right then, my first impression of you all is, you are all boring as hell. The 3 genin stared at the man. Anyway, meet me on the roof in 5 minutes or all 3 of you will be sent back to the academy. The man vanished in a puff of smoke. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura watched as the smoke faded away before the 3 scrambled to their feet and raced out of the classroom. Naruto follows Sasuke and Sakura out of the classroom when he feels a tingle in the back of his head. He got the images of his apartment, picking up the scroll and realizing that he needed blood to open the scroll. Wait, how do I know that I couldn't open the scroll? Naruto thought. I sent my clone to read it. Do I learn what the clones do? Hurry up, Naruto! Sakura shouted, noticing that the blonde had fallen behind. You better not get me and Sasuke-kun sent back to the academy because you forgot where the roof was. Naruto shook his head and followed Sasuke and Sakura up the back stairs of the academy and out onto the roof. There the 3 ninjas saw their tardy sensei, leaning against the railing with an orange book covering his already hidden face. So you all made it, good, the man said. Now take a seat and we can get started. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura scrambled to take seats in front of the. Now, why don't we all introduce ourselves? What do you mean? Sakura asked. Your likes, dislikes, dreams for the future, that sort of stuff, the man said without looking up from his book. Well, we've all been in the academy for years together now, Naruto said. But we don't know you, sensei, so why don't you go first? Fine then, the man said, closing his book with a snap. My name is Kakashi Hatake, my likes are. Perverse giggle. Well, you might be a little too young to know. My dislikes are. Shrug, and I don't really have a dream. So all we learned is that he's a pervert named Kakashi, was the same thought rushing through Sakura's, Sasuke's, and Naruto's heads. Your turn, Blondie, Kakashi said. Right, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said. My hobbies are ramen, training, and new. My dislikes are the 3 minutes I have to wait to cook ramen, traitors, and those who threaten my home. And my dream is to become the strongest pillar of the village and become the Hokage. Hobbies are probably pranks, I guess. Sakura and Sasuke just rolled their eyes at Naruto's declaration, but unbeknownst to all 3 genin, Kakashi was quite impressed at the blonde's answer. He's certainly grown in an interesting way, the thought. You Pinky? My name is Sakura Haruno, not Pinky, Sakura growled. My likes are blushes and reading, I suppose. My dislikes are people who make fun of my forehead, Inopig and Naruto. And my dream is. Perverse giggle. Naruto's head dropped when he heard Sakura announce to the world that he was one of her dislikes. Another thing that Kakashi didn't miss. I guess girls her age are more interested in love than being a shinobi, he thought. Alright, what about you, Broody? Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke grunted. I don't have any likes, I have many dislikes, and I don't have a dream but an ambition that I will accomplish by killing a certain man, and then restarting my clan. Naruto saw Kakashi lower his book fractionally to observe Sasuke, before snapping it shut. Right then, now that we've gotten that out of the way, Kakashi said. I guess the only thing I have to do now is tell you about your genin test. Genin test? But sensei, aren't we already genin? Sakura asked. Nope, Kakashi chirped. Passing the academy is only to weed out those who didn't have the potential to become shinobi. Now you have to prove yourselves to me. And let me tell you, only 9 members of your class will pass. The rest will be sent back to the academy, or dropped from the program entirely. So, I will see you all tomorrow morning at Training Ground 3 at 6 a.m. Oh, and I wouldn't bother eating breakfast, you'll probably just throw it. Later, Kakashi vanished in a puff of smoke, leaving the 3 stunned and slightly scared, though one would never admit it, prospective genin. Naruto turned to Sasuke and Sakura. If we are going to be a team, do you two want to get something to eat? Get to know more about each other? Sasuke snorted. I already know all about you, Dobe. You are weak, he snapped. Both of you, he added when the Uchiha saw that Sakura was going to agree with him. If either of you hold me back from achieving my ambition, I will show you the difference in our strength. Naruto growled slowly in his throat, his anger spiking dangerously. Sakura's face fell at Sasuke's dismissal of her strength. Look, Sasuke, Naruto spat. You might be the rookie of the year, but we aren't in the academy anymore, so class standings mean shit now. We are all genin, the same rank now, so you better lose the arrogant I'm so much better than you attitude before someone stronger comes along and shoves their boot up your ass. Now, if either of you want to go eat with me, fine, then I'll go by myself. Then I'm going to go train and be ready for whatever Kakashi-sensei wants to throw at us. The blonde leapt off the academy roof without another word, leaving Sakura and Sasuke speechless at their blonde teammate. Sakura looked at her crush, and was stunned to see a reddish tinge coming to Sasuke's face. She could feel the anger rolling off Sasuke in waves. Meanwhile, in a nearby tree, a certain silver-haired cycloptic had been watching the festivities with an amused eye. Well said, Naruto, Kakashi thought. Someone needed to remind Sasuke that he isn't the big fish any longer, he's just another minnow in a massive ocean now. Let's see how he reacts tomorrow. The sun crested over the Hokage monument, and illuminated the village hidden in the leaves in soft, warm, yellow light. All in all, it was a picture-perfect early summer morning. Where the hell is our sensei? A loud voice shattered the early morning silence like an air raid siren. The scene shifted to a nearby training ground where 3 young ninja were awaiting the arrival of their sensei to begin their careers as shinobi of the Hidden Leaf. He told us to be here at 6 a.m., and now it's nearly 8, and he's not here, the blonde boy shouted. Naruto, shut up! A pink-haired girl screamed, just as loudly. Shouting like an idiot is not going to change anything. Right, Sasuke-kun? She asked the black-haired boy who was leaning against one of 3 posts, scowling. Sasuke grunted. See, Naruto, Sasuke-kun agrees with me, Sakura beamed. Naruto just ignored the pair. Damn you, Kakashi, I could be home sleeping or reading Grandpa's scroll, he fumed. I only had time to learn more about the Shadow Clone Jutsu before I went to bed to make sure I got enough sleep. While reading about the Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto's suspicions were confirmed when he learned that the memories of his clones were transferred back to the original. Tobirama, the creator of the technique, had used the as a scouting technique, a way to infiltrate an enemy's stronghold, gain accurate intel with very little risk. Tobirama also wrote that the clones were a useful training tool, as while they did not pass on physical results, anything the clones learned, once dispelled the original would learn, though Tobirama did comment that if one tried to learn more than 2 or 3 things at the same time, or dispel too many clones at the same time, the creator would suffer from deliberating headaches until the mind sorted through the information, if it did at all. The main note that caught Naruto's attention was that the clones could transfer knowledge of, somewhat like the Uchiha clan's Sharingan. If a clone tried to use A, then once dispelled, the original would learn how to mold their chakra to perform the. Of course, the original needs to know the correct way of molding the chakra, or they could fall prey to doing it incorrectly, which could have disastrous results. Hello there, my cute little potential genin, an amused and cheerful voice said. In a puff of smoke, Kakashi appeared in front of Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto. You're late! Sakura screamed. Where the hell have you been? Naruto shouted. Well, you see, there was this black cat that crossed my path, so I had to take the long way, Kakashi explained. But then my path went under a ladder and I had to lair. Naruto and Sakura cried. Fine, Kakashi sighed. Now that we are all here, we can get this show on the road. He pulled out a small clock from his pouch and set it on one of the training posts. Now your objective is to get these 2 bells from me by noon. You can use any means at your disposal. In fact, you better come at me with the intent to kill, or you will surely fail. And if, at the end of the test, any of you don't have a bell, you automatically fail and will be sent back to the academy. But wait, sensei, there are only 2 bells, Sakura pointed out. If there are only 2 bells, that means that one of you will be sent back to the academy regardless. Yep, that's right, Kakashi chirped. So are you 3 ready? The 3 genin nodded. Then begin. The 3 genin vanished into the nearby forest, leaving Kakashi standing in the middle of the training ground alone. Well, at least they know how to hide themselves well enough, Kakashi thought. Then again, he amended, turning around to face Naruto. The blonde was glaring at Kakashi, arms crossed. You know, you are a bit different than the others, Kakashi commented. I've waited long enough, Naruto said. You made us wait, I'm done waiting. So I'm coming after you. It's said that those who bark the loudest are the dumbest. Naruto grit his teeth. The lesson that Tobirama Ajisen told him echoed through his head. Emotions do not control a shinobi controls his emotions. He took a deep breath and released it through his nose, calming his surging blood. Shadow Clone Jutsu! Naruto cried, his fingers in a familiar cross seal. Kakashi's eyes widened as a dozen clones appeared around Naruto. With a cry, the clones charged toward Kakashi. The grin behind his mask as he fell back under the badly choreographed onslaught. His taijutsu could certainly use some work, Kakashi thought as he ducked under a spinning kick. Where'd he go? Naruto asked aloud as Kakashi vanished in a burst of speed. You shouldn't let your opponent get behind you, an amused voice said. Naruto looked over his shoulder to see Kakashi crouching behind him, his fingers in a tiger seal. Konoha Hiden Jutsu, 1,000 years of pain. Kakashi shouted before giving Naruto a chakra-charged ass poke that sent the blonde screaming, before he disappeared in a puff of smoke. A clone, not bad Naruto, Kakashi thought, pulling his copy of Ika Ika from his pouch. Now then, where are the other two? Damn you pervert sensei, Naruto scowled as he watched Kakashi from a treetop. The memories of the clone that had been dispelled by the caused him to rub his backside in phantom pain. This test is so stupid, Naruto growled. Why would Kakashi taunt us with an impossible objective? He's a for Kami's sake. 3 genin can't take on A. Sure, I beat Mizuki, but he was just A and I got lucky that he underestimated me. And anyway, I've only seen genin teams with 3 genin. A light bulb went off above Naruto's head, causing him to smack his face with his hand. I got to find Sakura-chan and Sasuke, Naruto said to himself as the blonde leapt off from the branch. What do you have in mind, Naruto? Kakashi thought, revealing that they had been hiding in the shadows beneath the branch that Naruto had been standing on. What do we have here? Naruto snickered as he landed on the forest floor next to a peculiar sight. One Sasuke Uchiha stuck up to his neck in dirt. What happened to you? Never mind that dope, just get me out of here, Sasuke growled, struggling to free himself. I will, but you need to listen to what I have to say first, alright? Naruto said, crouching down next to Sasuke. I can just walk away and leave you, or I can find Sakura-chan and have her. The blonde trailed off. Sasuke paled as he thought of what the pink-haired fangirl would do if she saw him like this. Sasuke glared up at the blonde, vowing that once he got free he would pound the blonde into the ground. Fine, he spat. Naruto grinned. Look, Sasuke, either one of us like each other very much, Naruto admitted. I think you are a stuck-up ass who believes he's better than everyone. Now in the academy you were the best. Did that hurt? Sasuke snarked. Naruto just rolled his eyes. But like I said yesterday, you are no longer the strongest, he said. Sasuke looked away. You might not want to believe it, but it's true. Do you really think you are stronger than Kakashi? No, Sasuke admitted. Naruto refrained from echoing Sasuke's previous jab. None of us have any chance of laying a finger on Kakashi by ourselves, but if we work together then maybe we can get those bells. You want to work with me? Sasuke asked, his surprise overriding his sense of superiority. I want to pass, Naruto said. I want to become a ninja, just like you. And if that means working with you, fine then. What about Sakura? Would we work with her? 3 is better than 2, Naruto said. And while she isn't very physically strong, Sakura is smarter than both of us, and you know it, Sasuke grunted. He didn't want to admit it, especially out loud, but Naruto was right. Sakura was the smartest of the 3, and besides, have you ever heard of a 2-man genin team? Naruto commented. I know you've gone around and seen older teams train, looking for tips, and they are always in groups of 4, 3 genin and A. What if you are wrong? Sasuke asked. Then I'll take the fall and go back to the academy, Naruto said. But I'm not wrong and you know it, so how do we get Haruno to work with us? Sasuke asked. Naruto grinned, knowing that he had one. Simple, you say it's your plan and she'll fall over herself to please her, Sasuke-kun, Naruto said. Sasuke shivered. Fine, now get me the hell out of here, Sasuke said. Naruto made a pair of clones and the 3 quickly dug Sasuke free. Suddenly a high-pitched scream tore through the forest, causing Sasuke and Naruto to whip their heads around. Come on, Naruto said, leaping off toward the scream. Don't order me around, dope! Sasuke shouted, jumping after the blonde anyway. What's wrong with her? A familiar and loud voice asked. Dope, Kakashi obviously put her in A. Another voice, this one curt and cold, said. Emerald green eyes fluttered open to see 2 faces looking down at her. One face was topped with golden blonde hair and had bright blue eyes. The other was framed by dark blue hair and had coal black eyes that seemed to pierce through her. Sasuke-kun! Sakura cried, shooting into a seated position and throwing her arms around Sasuke's neck. Get off, Sasuke grunted, quickly extricating himself from Sakura's grasp. Look, Haruno, we need your help. We? She asked. What is Naruto doing here? He helped me out of a tight spot, Sasuke said, spitting out the words. Naruto hid a grin at Sasuke's confession. Kakashi is too strong for me, so I need yours and Naruto's help to get those bells. But Sasuke-kun, why do we need Naruto? Sakura asked. Surely he can't help all that much, you are the rookie of the year, and he's just the dead last. Perhaps, Sasuke agreed. But 3 is better than 2. So can I count on your help? Of course, Sasuke-kun, you can count on me, Sakura said with stars in her eyes. Good, now here's the plan, Sasuke said, hiding the shudder that came from Sakura's adoring look. Not much time left for those 3, Kakashi thought as he stood in the middle of the training ground with his book out. Maybe I thought too highly of them. They haven't shown anything close to being worthy of being shinobi. The rustling of leaves caught Kakashi's attention. They turned as a mass of orange-clad clones came surging out of the underbrush. Kakashi sighed and turned to face the oncoming army of shadow clones. Suddenly Kakashi leapt upward as his finely tuned danger sense warned him of approaching danger, just in time as a roaring fireball sped through the space that Kakashi had just occupied. What's this? Kakashi thought. Naruto can't perform that was. Twisting in midair, Kakashi avoided a brace of shuriken, catching 2 of them with his free hand. Landing, Kakashi substituted with a nearby log as he had landed on a pressure trap that sent another group of shuriken coming speeding toward him. That's right, Sakura was first in trap making in the academy. Kakashi grinned beneath his mask. Maybe I was wrong. The army of blondes reached Kakashi and began swinging wildly, with both arms and legs. His taijutsu is atrocious, Kakashi thought, easily cutting his way through the mass of clones. Did he even pay attention in the academy? A blur of black and blue caught Kakashi's attention as Sasuke came racing toward him and the mass of Narutos. The clones dispelled themselves, covering much of the area in smoke. Kakashi channeled chakra to his legs and leapt into the air. And just in time as another string of shuriken came speeding through the smoke. As Kakashi landed, he sensed that he was surrounded once more. He readied himself to use the substitution jutsu once again when a bell rang out through the training ground. Damn it! Naruto cursed. Oh, that's too bad, Kakashi chuckled as he walked toward the 3 genin. Inwardly he was praising the 3 young ninja. Well, none of you have a bell, so that means I'm going to have to pass you. What? The 3 genin cried. But we didn't get the bells, sensei? Sakura asked. True, but the objective of this training wasn't really to get the bells, Kakashi told them. I've been a ninja much longer than you 3 have been alive. Did you really think you could get them? I wanted to see how you all would do when faced with an impossible obstacle. You all have to realize that you are much stronger together than by yourselves. There is a reason why Konoha is considered the strongest village. It is because we know the value of working together. But why then only 2 bells? Naruto asked. I couldn't just tell you what the real reason was now, could I? Kakashi chuckled. You had to figure it out for yourselves or the lesson would have no meaning. So we passed? We're real ninjas now? Naruto asked. Yep, Kakashi chirped. You are now officially Team 7 of Konoha. But always remember, those who abandon the mission are trash, but those who abandon their friends are worse than trash. Now be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. for our first day of training. Later, they vanished in a puff of smoke, leaving the 3 genin standing in the middle of the training ground stunned. All right. We did it, we passed. Naruto shouted, jumping for joy. Sakura smiled at the blonde's exuberance while Sasuke had a small smirk. So now what do you guys want to do? He asked his 2 teammates. Don't think this has changed anything done, Sasuke said. We might be teammates, but that doesn't mean we are friends. I'm going to train. Naruto sighed as Sasuke marched off, Sakura trailing after him like a puppy. Well, at least now I can read Grandpa's scroll some more, Naruto thought. In the shadows of the trees, Kakashi watched as the blonde made his way off the training ground. This might be more difficult than I thought, he mused. But where would the fun be if it was easy? Is the target in sight? A garbled voice asked. Yes, I have eyes on target, a blonde-haired boy answered. I'm about 10 meters above the target, and a little west. Raven, where are you? I am roughly 15 meters to your 3 o'clock, Sasuke's cursed voice answered. Roger, Blossom, what about you? Kakashi asked. I am about 20 meters in front of the target, Sakura answered. My snare is set about 10 meters ahead. Raven, Fox, if you can lead the target there, we can end this mission finally. Excellent, Kakashi said happily. Now on my signal, Fox, you will rush in while Raven, you make sure that the target goes toward the trap. On 3, 1, 2, 3, Naruto burst through the underbrush, racing toward a small black blur. It's heading your way, Sasuke. Naruto cried as the animal made a sharp turn right. 3 soft thuds caused the animal to stop sharply as 3 shuriken embedded themselves in a tree in front of the target. Raven, watch it! Kakashi scolded. We are trying to capture the thing, not skin it. Sasuke grunted as he landed in front of the scared animal. It took one look at Sasuke and shot to the left. And right into the snare trap that Sakura had set up only minutes earlier. A yowling sound came from the trap. Is it? Confirmation please, there should be a red ribbon on his right ear, Kakashi asked. It's him, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto grumbled. I think after having this mission a dozen times, we can recognize the fur ball quite well. Right then, the capture Tora mission is complete, Kakashi said. Let's get back to the Hokage Tower. It had been 5 weeks since the trio of Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke had become Team 7 under the leadership of Kakashi Hatake. In that time, the trio's romanticized notions of being a ninja had been quickly squashed by the monotonous and quite basic missions. The three young ninja quickly learned that being a shinobi was not all about going on adventures, rescuing damsels in distress, or learning powerful. Kakashi, seemingly, took great pleasure in introducing the three young shinobi to the wonders of D-rank missions, especially the Capture Tora mission. When the trio complained to their sensei, Kakashi would just respond, "You three are not ready for higher-ranking missions yet. D-ranks are perfect for new shinobi. They help you three learn to work together. A shinobi's life is not glamorous and wonderful. You will have to do things that make you feel dirty. Pray that this is the worst experience you have as a shinobi." While Sasuke and Sakura both felt that Kakashi was just holding them back, while Sakura was more just going along with whatever Sasuke said, Naruto was grateful for the slow start, much to the amazement of his teammates. Naruto didn't receive a monthly stipend from the village any longer now that he was a genin, and had to pay the rent and for food by himself, and while D-ranks weren't very highly paying, Naruto used them as a steady source of income. Growing up on his own had forced Naruto to learn a lot of different things that his classmates had taken for granted. Except for Sasuke, all of Naruto's classmates had families to help them, and Sasuke had his clan's funds to help. Naruto had to pay rent, food and ninja supplies. In his youth, Naruto scavenged the training ground for abandoned kunai and shuriken. Naruto knew that he wasn't the best thrower in his academy class, but that was more because the equipment he used was not always completely balanced, which would throw off his accuracy. His first purchase with his new funds was a set of brand new kunai and shuriken. Naruto also wrangled a pair of from the Sandaime Hokage, two support ninjutsu that were created by the old man himself, the shuriken multiplication jutsu and kunai multiplication jutsu. Naruto loved the two, as they made sure he didn't need to be absolutely perfect with his accuracy. And with his chakra levels, Naruto could easily block out the sun with only a handful of real shuriken or kunai. "Ah, hello Team 7, the warm voice of the Sandaime said as Team 7 entered the mission dispersal office. "A successful mission then?" "Hi Hokage-sama," Kakashi said. "Mission, Capture Tora complete." "Excellent," Hiruzen grinned. "That seems to be a new record. It only took you three a couple of hours to find Tora this time. Nico, can you please inform Madame Shinji that Tora has been found?" The cat-masked ANBU nodded and slid back into the shadows to inform the wife of the fire daimyo that her escape artist of a cat had been found and returned. "Now then, if you three are up for it, we have a number of missions still available," the Hokage said. "A council member needs a babysitter for their grandson. The Inazaka clan needs some assistance in walking their dogs." "Oh come on Gigi, we've been doing these chores for over a month," Naruto interrupted. "Don't you have anything better? We are ninjas for Kami's sake." "Naruto, you have only just graduated from the academy," Iruka scolded. "You are not ready for a higher-ranking mission. You know how missions are ranked, and as a genin you can only receive D-rank missions, or C ranks if deemed advanced enough," Naruto cut in. "Come on Hokage-sama, we have the Rookie of the Year, the smartest kunoichi, the copycat ninja and me, who learned a B rank in one night. I think we are advanced enough for a simple C-rank mission." The Hokage turned his gaze toward Kakashi, who met the aged man's stare. "Well Kakashi, do you believe they are ready for a C-rank mission?" Kakashi looked down at the three genin, who had turned to him. Naruto and Sakura were failing miserably to hide the pleading in their faces, while Sasuke was only just failing. They have come a long way, Kakashi thought. "Yes Hokage-sama, I believe Team 7 is ready for a simple C-rank mission," Kakashi answered. Naruto and Sakura cheered, while Sasuke's smirk was the extent of the stoic boy's excitement. "Very well," Hiruzen said. "I believe that I have just the Hokage-sama." A panicked voice shouted out, barging into the MDO. "Easy there Shujikun, what's wrong?" Hiruzen asked. "We just released word from Asuma Sarutobi in Team 10, the Painted. It seems that their client, Tizuna of the Wave, didn't relay all the information about who might be after him. Sarutobi-san has requested additional backup. Team 10 managed to fend off an ambush by the missing ninja duo, the Demon Brothers, but he believes there might be more enemies around." The Hokage's usual jovial expression hardened into one of granite, much like the Hokage monument overlooking the village. "Team 7, he barked. The four ninja instantly came to attention at their Hokage's command. "You've just gotten very lucky or unlucky. Your mission is to back up Team 10 and assist them in their mission of guarding Tizuna until he completes his bridge." "Understood?" "Hi Hokage-sama," the four ninja barked. "Dismissed. Meet at the East Gate in 30 minutes, Kakashi said. "Pack for 3 weeks, move it." The three genin nodded and raced off. "Hokage-sama, Are you sure it is wise to send just another genin team? Iruka asked. Wise, probably not, Hiruzen admitted. But there are no teams so readily available, and Kakashi-kun and my son should be able to handle anything Gato is able to muster. Also, Naruto-kun was correct, Team 7 is more than ready. I have high hopes for them and more importantly, I have faith in them. Good you are all here, Kakashi said as Team 7 met at the east gate of Konoha. Have you got everything? The 3 genin nodded. Good, now it's a full day's travel to the coast. Team 10 will most likely be there so we've got to move fast. Now let's move. The 3 genin and 1 leapt off into the forest that surrounded and protected Konoha, leaving no visible trace. Tazuna, where is this boat supposed to meet us? Asuma Sarutobi asked the older man with a conical hat and gourd of sake hanging from his satchel. Right here, Tazuna said. Don't worry, he'll be here. His boat is the only way across Tanami without Gato knowing. Hey sensei, who do you think will be sent as backup? Choji Akimichi asked, in between bites of chips. It will probably be a team of or something, Shikamaru Nara answered. This whole mission is troublesome. Why did we even decide to continue it? We are way out of our depth. Because we couldn't just let the people of Nami continue to suffer, Ino Yamanaka shouted. I thought that you voted to keep going because you thought that Sasuke would like you if he heard about this mission, Shikamaru pointed out, causing the blonde girl to turn red in anger and embarrassment at being caught. Shika, Ino be quiet, Asuma barked. Someone's coming. The other genin instantly surrounded a scared Tazuna while Asuma slipped his trench knives onto his fingers. Come on out, he called out. We know you are there. Ma, a lazy voice answered Asuma. No need to get so authoritative, Asuma. Asuma's shoulders relaxed as he returned his knives to his belt. It's all right, team. Our backup is here. 4 figures leapt down from the trees, 3 figures that Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru instantly recognized. Sasuke-kun! Ino cried, her blonde hair trailing behind her as she rushed past her teammates toward the Uchiha heir. What are you guys doing here? Shikamaru asked. We are your backup, Shikamaru, Naruto answered. But you guys are only genin too? Why were you sent and not a squad of? Because Hokage-sama ordered us, Sakura said. The soft rumble of an engine brought any conversation to a rapid halt. That will be Genji, Tazuna said. Through the gloom and mist a long boat appeared with a weather-beaten man at the helm. Tazuna, what's going on? Who are these people? These are the Konoha shinobi I hired, Tazuna said. They are here to free us from Gato's yoke. The boat driver grinned broadly. Excellent, Genji said. But we better hurry. Gato's patrol boats will be coming through here soon. The 2 Konoha teams and grizzled civilians climbed aboard the rickety boat, and they were off. Keep all your heads down, Genji ordered. If we are spotted by Gato's men, we are done for. I'll put around the boat, Kakashi said. That should keep us under the radar. Kakashi's hands flashed through some hand signs and the genin felt a subtle level of chakra fall over them. The boat ride lasted only 10 minutes, but none of the genin made a sound in fear of being discovered. When the boat gently nudged against the shoreline of Nami did the genin finally allow themselves to relax. How far is it to your home, Tazuna? Asuma asked. Not far, Tazuna said. Only a couple of miles from here. This was the closest Genji could land without us being spotted by Gato's spies inside the village. The group set off for the bridge builder's home, the 6 young genin all feeling tense as if they were being watched. Unbeknownst to the young Konoha shinobi, they were being watched. Hidden in the trees were a pair of figures. One was well over 6 feet tall, dark hair and bandages covering the lower half of his face. Strapped to the man's back was a massive sword that was as long as the man was tall. A smaller figure stood next to the swordsman. This figure wore a uniform of some sort, and a white mask hid its face with 4 wavy lines on the forehead. That's Asuma Sarutobi and Kakashi Hatake, the taller man growled. I didn't expect Konoha to respond so rapidly, and to send Kakashi is something I didn't plan for. What should we do, Zabuza-sama? The shorter figure asked. We retreat, Zabuza said. We can't fight both Kakashi and Sarutobi, even if we had the demon brothers. And those brats are unknowns, even if they are brats. Let's go, Haku. I have to call in some favors if we want to complete this job. The shadowy ninja leapt from their hiding place and faded into the mist. You noticed, right? Kakashi murmured. Yes, Asuma answered. Things are going to become a lot worse than it gets better. Kakashi nodded. Tsunami! Inari! I'm back! Tazuna shouted as the old man entered a 2-story house. An attractive young woman with long black hair came rushing out of another room. Father! The woman cried before embracing Tazuna. You're home. Yes, I am, Tazuna chuckled. And these brave shinobi are here to help us. The woman turned to the Konoha shinobi. Oh, please come in, Tsunami ushered. Thank you very much for seeing my father home safely. It is no problem, ma'am, Asuma said, a faint blush tingling his cheeks at the sight of the woman. Tazuna, is there a place where we all can sit down and discuss what will be happening from this point forward. Right, there's enough room in the kitchen, Tazuna said. Tsunami, where's Inari? He's down by the docks, Tsunami said. He should be home soon, it's getting late. The 8 Konoha shinobi sat down at the kitchen table with Tazuna and Tsunami. Okay, everyone listen up, Asuma said. This mission, while it has had some very unexpected bumps in the road, will only get more difficult. While we were making our way here, Kakashi and I sensed 2 people watching us. These 2 people did leave after observing us for a bit. Kakashi picked up the conversation there. We can only surmise that these 2 were comrades of the demon brothers, and were waiting to ambush us. Why didn't they then? Naruto asked. Probably because they didn't feel confident taking on 2, Shikamaru said. A successful ambush means scoring the most damage while sustaining the least amount of risk to themselves. What's the point of an ambush if you get hurt or killed in the process? Asuma and Kakashi nodded at the Nara heir's explanation. Shikamaru is correct, Kakashi said. Konoha's most recent information on the demon brothers was that they are aligned with Zabuza Momochi, a former 7 swordsman of the mist. If this is true, then this mission is easily A rank, and could be even more difficult if Zabuza, after seeing Asuma and I, decides to find more help. We are no way near ready for this type of mission, Choji moaned. No, you are not, Asuma said frankly. But it is too late to change anything, so Kakashi and I are going to use this time to get you all as ready as possible. But how? Ino asked. How can you possibly train us for this sort of thing? We are not sure, Kakashi admitted. But this is the life you have all chosen. Missions are not always cut and dry. Incidents happen on missions and circumstances will change, and not always for the better. I am sorry that I have dragged you all into this mess, Tazuna apologized. But we are desperate, we had no other option. If the bridge is not completed, then Gato will completely rule this land and continue to strangle its people. Don't worry, Tazuna, we will do all we can to stop this scumbag, Naruto said. Tazuna gave the exuberant blonde a thankful smile. I knew you were dumb, Naruto, but not this stupid, Ino scolded. We are just genin, what can we do to save an entire country? The blonde girl shook her head, missing the glares that Sakura and Sasuke sent her way, something that Shikamaru and Choji didn't. Anyway, tonight we will relax, Kakashi said. Make sure you all get a good night's sleep because tomorrow, we hit the ground running. After a delicious dinner provided by Tsunami, they sent their teams off to bed while they began hashing out a training regime for the young ninja. You've missed your chance, forehead, Ino said as the 2 kunoichi settled themselves down for bed. It's obvious you haven't captured Sasuke-kun's heart yet, and now that I'm here, he'll see what a real woman is like. Sakura's brow twitched at the use of her hated nickname. Look, Ino pig, just because Sasuke-kun hasn't responded to my advances doesn't mean he won't. Who between us knows Sasuke-kun's dreams and ambitions? Ino glared at her rival, knowing that she didn't have a clue and that Sakura now had a leg up on her. You might think you have the advantage now, Sakura, but you'll see, by the end of this mission, Sasuke-kun will see that I'm his girl, Ino claimed. In the boys' room, the last loyal Uchiha felt a cold shiver run down his spine. Good morning, brats, Kakashi chirped, jolting the 4 male genin from sleep. Instantly, Naruto and Sasuke had kunai in their hands and were ready to attack before recognizing their sensei. Well done you two, Choji, Shikamaru, we aren't in the village anymore. You should be expecting an attack and always be on guard. Now get dressed and meet us downstairs, it's time to start your training. The Cycloptic left the 4 boys to get dressed in a puff of smoke. Troublesome, Shikamaru grumbled. Your sensei is annoying, it's barely the crack of dawn. It's the way he is, Shikamaru, Naruto said as he pulled on his jumpsuit. Oh, and by the way, if you aren't downstairs soon, he'll come back and drag you out, trust us. Sasuke nodded, and the 2 male members of Team 7 left the bedroom. Soon enough the 6 genin were gathered outside Tazuna's house, but only Team 7 looked alert. Now that you are here, we can get started, Asuma said. Kakashi and I have discussed what you've all learned so far, and knowing that we could be attacked at any time, you all won't be learning anything new, there simply isn't enough time. What? Ino cried. Then what is the point of training us then? You all will be training on mastering your current abilities, Kakashi said. Asuma tells me that his team has already learned tree walking, so all genin will work on the next step, water walking. Lucky for us, there are plenty of places in which to practice. Now water walking is a more advanced chakra control exercise than tree walking, Asuma said. While with tree walking, you only need to expend a set amount of chakra to stick to the tree's surface. Water is not a solid. Water is constantly moving and changing, and so your chakra must match it. The aim of this exercise is to be able to stand on water without exuding a ripple. Once you have achieved that, then we will move on to walking and then running on top of water. To stand on water you must release your chakra from the soles of your feet in a constant flow to in essence create a platform that you will stand on, Kakashi said. Oh, and unless you don't mind wearing wet clothing, you might as well strip down. Instantly Sakura and Ino's faces bloomed a beet red as they glanced towards Sasuke. The boys hid their embarrassment a bit better but were still nervous about wearing so little in front of girls. Come on then, you are all ninja of Konoha, Asuma said, trying to act stern, but you could hear the undercurrent of amusement in his voice. Kakashi had hidden his face behind his book, but there was a slight hitch in his shoulders. Naruto glanced at his teammates, and Team 10, and saw that none of them looked like they were willing to be the first. The blonde sighed and unzipped his jacket. Naruto, what are you doing? Choji asked. I don't feel like only having one set of wet clothes, Naruto said. And anyway, people's bathing suits are just like our underwear, sometimes covering even more. Asuma and Kakashi grinned as Naruto tossed his jacket and pants to the shore and stood, facing away from his teammates, and tentatively took a step into the water. You'll need to go deeper than Naruto, Kakashi said. And are you all just going to stand there? Get moving, genin. The other 5 genin jumped at Kakashi's command and began to discard their own outer clothing, and took their own tentative steps into the water. Naruto felt his feet wobble as he stepped out further into the small inlet that the Konoha shinobi were training in. The blonde could feel the water fighting his chakra as it tried to stabilize the water beneath his feet. Hey, this is really easy. Naruto turned to see Sakura and Ino, dressed in only their shorts and thin tops, standing roughly 8 feet out in the water. The sight of his pink-haired crush and Ino, who many of his classmates thought was the cutest girl in their class, standing only feet from him, wearing nothing more than short shorts and thin t-shirts, was enough for Naruto to lose control and fall into the water, causing Sasuke to laugh and the kunoichi to giggle. But one of those giggles died in a young woman's throat as Naruto resurfaced, sputtering. His black shirt was clinging to his chest, outlining a very fit physique for a boy who was only 13. Naruto's normally spiky blonde hair was lying partially flat thanks to the water, causing the young girl to think of another blonde. Holy Kami! Naruto is hot, a stunned voice echoed throughout the head of Sakura Haruno. Yeah, who knew that under that hideous orange jumpsuit, Naruto was hiding such a rocking body? A second voice giggled in Sakura's head. Who are you? Sakura asked. And what are you doing in my head? I'm you, the voice answered. I am your subconscious, who you truly are at the most basic level. If you are me, then why are you complimenting Naruto? I love Sasuke-kun, Sakura argued. Girl, you are 12, what do you know about love? Inner Sakura asked. And so what if I complimented Naruto? He's cute. There's nothing wrong with looking. I guess so, Sakura agreed. Training was called for the day when the mist began to burn off, and the 2 Konoha teams returned to Tezuna's house. Alright you guys, that was a very solid first effort, Asuma said. It is not surprising to see how quickly Sakura and Ino picked this up. They have the smallest chakra capacity. But I was surprised at how fast Naruto was able to get the basics down. I mean, he has the largest chakra reserve of them all. Hell, it's larger than Pop's. Kakashi nodded. Yes, they all have been quite surprising, but will it be enough? He said. We still need to know what they are capable of. I am sure that each of your team knows some of their clans? Asuma nodded. They each know at least one, the son of the Sandaime said. Shikamaru knows the Shadow Possession Jutsu, Choji knows his Partial Expansion Jutsu, and Ino knows the Mind-Body Switch Jutsu. What about your brats? Well, Sasuke knows the Great Fireball Jutsu and the Phoenix Flame Jutsu, Kakashi said. Sakura knows the Academy 3 and the False Surroundings Jutsu, and Naruto knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and the Kunai Multiplication and Shuriken Multiplication Jutsus. Asuma whistled. So Pops did show him those 2 then? He commented. Alright then, looks like we have quite a talented group, Kakashi nodded. But it won't likely be enough, he said. Zabuza was ANBU level when he tried to overthrow the Mizukage, and I doubt that he's lost that much strength since then. True, but surely you can handle them, Asuma said. I doubt that Zabuza has many friends that he can call on to help him. That is true, but we can't be sure, Kakashi pointed out. A knock interrupted the Jonin's conversation. Come in, Kakashi said. The doors slowly opened to show Naruto and Shikamaru. What can we do for you boys? Kakashi-sensei, we wanted to speak with you and Asuma-sensei about an idea we— No, you Naruto, Shikamaru interjected. This was your idea. Fine, the blonde sighed. You said that this Zabuza guy was most likely going to ambush us but didn't because he didn't have enough teammates, right? That's right, Kakashi said. Well, I was thinking why don't we take this Zabuza and Gato down before his backup gets here, Naruto said. Don't we have the advantage? Kakashi grinned beneath his mask. What makes you think we haven't already thought of that? The problem with that idea is that we don't know where Zabuza's base is. Well, I can find out, Naruto said. I mean, I can send out my clones, disguised, and we can find them really quickly. Kakashi and Asuma turned to one another. That could work, Asuma admitted. So you know the trick about the shadow clones then, Naruto? Naruto nodded. Yeah, I've known about the memory thing since team announcements, he said. But would it work? It could, Kakashi said slowly. Naruto noticed Kakashi's hands twitching and Asuma responding. All right, Naruto, you have 3 days to find out where Zabuza's base is and come up with a suitable assault plan. If you can't, then we will have to wait until Zabuza makes his own move. Understood? Yes, sensei, Naruto said with a crisp salute. The two genin quickly left to find a place to plan. You are putting a lot of faith in those two, especially Naruto, Asuma said. I am, Kakashi agreed. Naruto has this gift to get people to believe in him. I don't know what it is, but it makes me want to see what he'll do. He's going to surprise a lot of people. Something has changed in him since he graduated. He does have that gift, Asuma said. Being able to get Shikamaru to participate means something. Kind of reminds me of him, doesn't it? It does, Kakashi said. It's in his blood for sure. It had been 2 days since Naruto had approached Kakashi and Asuma with his idea for searching for Zabuza's hideout using his shadow clones, and the clones had reported no success. The genin's training had quickly moved along. Now all 6 of the genin could stand easily on the water. Sakura, Ino and Shikamaru could run across the surface while Naruto, Sasuke and Choji were able to jog. The Uchiha heir was openly jealous of the two Kunoichi and Shikamaru for their seeming ease in learning the exercise but was calmed when Kakashi pulled him aside and told him that he had a larger chakra reserve than the others, aside from Naruto, making it more difficult to control. The genin had also met Tazuna's grandson, Inari, and the young boy had done nothing to ingrain himself well with the young ninja. Inari constantly belittled or insulted the genin, always telling them that their efforts were for naught, and that they were going to die no matter what they did. Naruto's grasp on his temper was beginning to fray from the mental stress of sorting through his clone's memories, and Inari's constant snide comments were not helping matters. And finally at dinner on their 3rd day in the wave, Naruto finally snapped. Will you shut up and stop your pathetic whining? Naruto shouted, slamming his hands down on the table. All you've done since we got here is whine and claim that Gato is going to kill us. You don't know any of us, and yet we are here risking our lives to protect your grandfather, even though he lied to us. Inari gave a watery glare at Naruto. What do you know about us? The boy shouted. I bet you've never suffered a day in your life, sitting there always laughing or smiling. An oppressive feeling fell over the kitchen, robbing Inari, Tazuna and Tsunami of breath, and causing Sakura, Ino and Choji to struggle for breath themselves. Don't you ever think you are the only one who has suffered in their lives? Naruto snarled, his blue eyes dark. Judging from all your whining, you have lost someone close to you, probably too, but you don't hold the monopoly on suffering. Have you ever gone to bed for weeks on end hungry and wondering why? Have you ever been on the receiving end of an entire village's worth of glares and cold looks? I bet you've rarely left this house. You don't know how lucky you have it. Have you seen the squalor and filth that people are living in the center of the village? You have a mother who makes sure you are fed and tucked in each night, and a grandfather who is trying to save this country by finishing his bridge, and you are spitting in his face. You disgust me, coward! Tears were now streaming down Inari's cheeks by the end of Naruto's rant, and he pushed off from the table and raced from the room, his sobs echoing down the hallway. Naruto! Sakura snapped. You went. But her scolding died in her throat as Naruto looked at her with stormy eyes. Excuse me, I'm going to train, Naruto said and left without another word. Only once he had left the house were Tazuna and Tsunami able to take a deep breath and calm their racing hearts. Apologies for my student, Kakashi said. He grew up without anyone teaching him the social niceties, and has had a difficult life. If you don't mind, I will speak with Inari to explain that Naruto doesn't actually hate him, he just is very blunt. Tsunami nodded and Kakashi went after the young boy. Asuma-sensei, what about Naruto? Ino asked. What gave him the right to? Ino, Asuma said sharply, halting the talkative Yamanaka. Why Naruto might have overstepped his bounds, he has more right than more to speak about suffering. Even more than you, Sasuke. What? Team 10 said at the same time. It's true, Sasuke said. Naruto has always been alone, he never knew his parents, and does not have a clan to help him. He knows what it means to be strong in the face of adversity. Team 10 was stunned to hear Sasuke's defense of Naruto. Their only interaction with the pair, before this mission, was during the academy, and there, Naruto and Sasuke were complete opposites, and were always at each other's throats. Excuse us as well, Sakura said as she and Sasuke rose from the table. Tsunami-san, dinner was excellent as usual. The others watched as the final 2 members of Team 7 left the room in search of their teammates. Stupid little brat, Naruto growled as he threw a kunai at a nearby tree. The force of the throw made the kunai sink nearly an inch into the tree. What does he know about me, my life? Naruto yanked his kunai from the tree and stomped off 10 paces from the tree. He took aim once more at the tree and hurled the kunai at the trunk. Naruto watched as once again the kunai slammed into the trunk with a thud. You don't know anything about how we've suffered, Inari's voice shouted in Naruto's head. Arg! Naruto shouted as he reached for more and more of his kunai. Soon all that was heard were the dull thuds of Naruto's kunai impacting the tree. You've gotten a lot better at throwing those kunai, an amused voice commented. I'm not in the mood for your commentary, Sasuke, Naruto said, not looking around. What are you two doing here? We came to see if you are okay, Naruto, Sakura said as she and Sasuke entered the small clearing where Naruto was practicing. We know that Inari was really over the line, but also you have to remember, he is just a child. Inari doesn't know Naruto, he's just speaking about his own pain. I know that, Naruto said. I know he's just a sheltered little kid, but that gives him no right to think he has the monopoly on having a tough life. We know, Naruto, Sakura said. But you really scared Team 10 back there. You have to remember that they don't know you like we do. Naruto sighed and nodded, retrieving the last of his kunai. I know, Sakura-chan, he said. I should probably go and apologize to them. No, Sasuke said curtly. You have nothing to apologize for, Naruto. The brat claimed that he suffered and you could not understand his pain. Pain and suffering is unique to each person, but to claim that someone has never suffered before is idiotic and arrogant beyond measure. Naruto sat down at the base of a tree and looked at his teammates. Sakura had taken a seat next to Naruto while Sasuke was leaning against a nearby tree. Can you imagine what the others would say if they saw us now? Sakura commented. They would have no idea what to think, Naruto chuckled. We have really changed since the academy. This lifestyle will do that to you, Sasuke said. Naruto and Sakura nodded. Look, you three, you all might think you are something special, but you're not. Kakashi barked as he met Team 7 a week after they had passed the true Genin test. You three are the lowest of the low, just Genin. Rookie of the Year, dead last, those titles are now meaningless. You just entered a world that is a lot larger than you might think. You all need to grow up. Stop acting like children. What? How dare? Sasuke began, but Kakashi cut him off. The head appeared behind the Uchiha boy and had put the boy in a chokehold. That's what I am talking about, Kakashi growled. You hear something that makes you angry, and you fly off the handle. A shinobi does not let his or her emotions control them. You are acting like spoiled children, expecting everything to be handed to you. You must earn strength, it will not be given to you. But you haven't taught us anything to make us stronger, Naruto shouted. How are we supposed to get stronger if you don't? Do you really think that just being given powerful will make you strong? Kakashi asked. The three Genin nodded. You're wrong. Wielding powerful does not make one strong. One's strength comes from within. You can wield all the powerful in the world but be the weakest person because of it. Then how do I get stronger? Sasuke growled. That is a question you must answer for yourselves, Kakashi said. This team has the potential to be great. Perhaps as great as the Sannin, but that will never happen unless you all learn to work together. And I think I know the perfect way. Before any of the Genin could even blink, Kakashi had released Sasuke and vanished. Then the world went dark. Where the hell are we? Naruto shouted as he came to in the middle of a dark room. The sounds of two groans made the blonde aware that he wasn't alone. Naruto turned and could just make out the forms of Sasuke and Sakura staring. What happened? Sakura groaned. Sasuke-kun! She cried, noticing the downed object of her affections. She quickly scrambled to her feet and rushed toward the dark-haired boy, who was getting to his own feet. Get off me, Sasuke growled, pushing the girl aside, causing her to stumble and fall. Sasuke-kun? Sakura whispered from the floor. What the hell was that for a bastard? Sakura-chan was only trying to help you, Sasuke. You didn't need to push her, Naruto shouted. I don't need help, especially from weaklings like her, Sasuke snapped, causing Sakura to flinch. Sakura-chan is not weak, Naruto shouted. Neither of us would have passed without her help in traps. Sakura-chan is also the smartest person in our class. Just because she isn't as strong as you doesn't mean she's weak. You wouldn't be a genius without her, TCH. Sasuke grunted, looking away from Naruto and Sakura. Naruto, Sakura whispered, looking at her blonde teammate in surprise. Where are we anyway? Sasuke asked, looking around the dimly lit room. Sasuke was thankful for the low light as his face was flushed with embarrassment from Naruto's scolding. No idea, the last thing I remembered was Kakashi-sensei. Naruto trailed off. Kakashi-sensei! The trio shouted, wildly looking around for their sensei. Yo, the man's voice echoed around the room. Where are you bastard? Naruto shouted. Let us out of here. Now where would be the fun in that? Kakashi's amused voice chuckled. You three were acting like children, so I'm treating you like children and putting you all in timeout. What? The three Genin cried. You three are going to learn to get along, Kakashi ordered. I don't care how long it takes, but you three will become a team. And don't try to break out. I've placed chakra restricting seals on each one of you so you can't use any chakra. How dare you? Sasuke roared. How dare you take my power away? So Sasuke-kun, how does it feel to be a weakling? Kakashi asked. You are nothing more than a civilian with a fancy last name now. You bastard! Sasuke roared, rearing his fist back to punch the wall. Sasuke, that's enough! Naruto said sharply, catching the boy's fist. There is no sense in getting yourself hurt over a pointless venture. You punching the wall and messing up your hand is not going to get us out of here. What do you know, dope? Sasuke shouted. You are nothing but a clanless orphan. Just like you, Naruto said calmly. You might be an Uchiha, but right now you are without a clan and parents, which makes us both clanless orphans. We have both lost our families. The only difference is that you at least knew your parents for years and have those memories. I never met my parents. I have always been alone, so I will not let you mess this chance up. Naruto, Sakura whispered, feeling the weight of her actions toward Naruto from over their years at the academy pressing down on her. You are nothing like me, Naruto. Sasuke snarled, but Naruto thought he heard a tiny waver in the boy's voice. You never had your family ripped away from you by the one person you most looked up to. You don't have to live with the memories of that man slicing my mother's throat right in front of me. Naruto and Sakura were stunned. They of course had heard about the Uchiha massacre, but they had no idea that Sasuke had witnessed it. They had thought that Sasuke had only come across the aftermath. Sasuke saw Naruto's face harden into a set expression. Don't you fucking pity me, Naruto? Sasuke roared, his eyes flashing in the dim lights. I am not pitying you, Sasuke, Naruto said. This information has only increased my respect for you, Sasuke. If Sasuke was expecting an answer, it certainly was not that. Sasuke, you went through something that was horrendous, and the fact that you haven't become a stark raving lunatic bent on revenge is a credit to your mental fortitude, Naruto said. I don't think that I would be able to function at all if I had to go through something like that. And it's made me want to be just like you, well, without the massive pole in your ass. Sakura gave a soft giggle at Naruto's comment, though the boys didn't know if it was because she thought it was funny or because it involved Sasuke's ass. You were the one I always strived to be, Naruto admitted. You were the best in the class and everyone wanted to be around you. Me, I was always the screw-up, the fool who everyone ignored or made fun of. When I found out that we were going to be teammates, I couldn't have been happier because now, I could work my way closer to being at your level and you would see it. And then maybe, it's getting late, Naruto said, looking up and noticing that the moon had risen high above the trees. We should head back. We have a big day tomorrow. The two other genin of Team 7 nodded, and as one began the walk back to Tazuna's house, not noticing a pair of brown eyes watching the three genin walk away. Good morning, my cute little genin, Kakashi's cheerful voice chirped. Asuma's cut genin as well, he added as Team 10 entered the clearing where the Konoha shinobi had been training. Now, as you know, we are getting closer to the time when we believe that Zabuza will make his move. It has been 3 days now since we arrived and there has been no movement on Zabuza's side, but it has also been long enough for him to call in reinforcements. So we are now going to rotate training and provide protection for Tazuna at the bridge. What do you mean rotate? Naruto asked. Each day, 2 of you will go with Tazuna and either myself or Asuma to the bridge while the others will remain behind and train, Kakashi said. Now Naruto, have you been able to find out where Gado's hideout is? Asuma asked. Naruto shook his head. Not yet, but I know I'm getting close, Naruto said confidently. Suddenly the blonde paused and his eyes gained a far-off look. Naruto? Are you alright? Kakashi asked. I just found Gado's hideout, Naruto said. And it seems like Zabuza's backup has arrived. Zabuza's backup first, Kakashi said sharply. Can you describe them? Do you have a bingo book, sensei? Naruto asked. Kakashi nodded and fished one out of his pouch. He handed it to Naruto, and the blonde quickly began to flip through the pages. Here's one of the newcomers, Naruto said, showing Kakashi and Asuma a photo of a man with dark green hair and gray eyes. Aoi Rokusho, Kakashi sighed. This just got a whole lot more troublesome. Who is Aoi Rokusho? Sakura asked. Aoi was from Konoha before he deserted the village, Asuma explained. Aoi believed that the village was deliberately holding him back, so he ran off but not before stealing the Night Aim's sword of the Thunder God. He did what? Naruto shouted. About 2 years ago, Kakashi confirmed. He's listed as an A-rank bounty, but that is more because of what he stole, not his skills. Aoi, when he defected, was around high C to low B in skills at best. But he has managed to survive this long, so we must figure that he has gotten stronger since leaving the village. Naruto had taken the bingo book back from Kakashi and was staring at the older photo of Aoi Rokusho. Ever since learning that he was related to the Night Aim Hokage, the blonde had tried to learn as much as he possibly could about the Hokages, and to find out that this Aoi had stolen the Night Aim's prized possession sent Naruto's blood boiling. Naruto! Kakashi's voice jerked Naruto back to the outside world. Was there anyone else that came to help Zabuza? Naruto quickly scanned through the rest of the bingo book. No, none of the others are in here, he said. There were 3 others that came with Aoi, but they all looked pretty young, around our age. Okay, good job Naruto, Kakashi said. It looks like we won't be splitting up. We have to assume that Zabuza will attack sooner rather than later, so we are going to stick together and all be at the bridge. But sensei, what if they come here? Sakura asked. If we are all at the bridge, then if Gato or Zabuza sends someone to the house, won't there be anyone to protect Tsunami-san or Inari-san? Good point, Kakashi said, trying to cover up his embarrassment at forgetting about the client's family. Naruto, I want you to stay here tomorrow and watch over the Tsunami and Inari. Send a shadow clone with us to keep up appearances. But if the situation gets too hot, bug out and hole up in a safe place with Tsunami and Inari. Right, Naruto nodded. Shikamaru, I want you to stay with Naruto as well, Asuma said. All right, Shikamaru agreed, looking relieved that he wasn't having to go to the bridge and possibly fight a pair of missing ninja. The next morning saw the Konoha group, minus Naruto and Shikamaru, leave the house with Tazuna in tow. 2 of Naruto's shadow clones went with the others to keep up the facade that Tazuna's house would be unprotected. Hey Naruto? Shikamaru asked as the 2 boys helped Tsunami finish cleaning up breakfast. Yes, Shikamaru? Naruto answered, drying his hands on a towel. What happened to you? The Nara-heir asked. In the academy, you were this, screw up idiot, etc., right? Shikamaru nodded. Naruto chuckled. Yeah, I was a major moron back then, wasn't I? He said softly. In the academy, all I cared about was getting attention, having someone notice me, and it didn't matter if that attention was good or bad. Being alone is the worst kind of hell, Shikamaru. Everyone else except for Sasuke has someone who they can rely on or know that will have their backs, to tuck them in at night, tell them that things will be alright. And even Sasuke had his family for at least some of his life. I've been alone my entire life. Shikamaru bowed his head. He knew that he was one of the ones who had kept away from Naruto while they were younger. Not because his parents or anyone had told him to, but because he felt it was too troublesome to approach the lonely boy. Shame licked hot and fierce at Shikamaru's innards. Naruto, Shikamaru began, but Naruto cut him off. Don't, Shikamaru, the blonde said. It's all in the past and we can't change it, so don't bother. You wanted to know what caused me to change, Shikamaru. It was because I found out that I have a legacy to live up to. I made a promise to someone that I would become the pillar of strength that will shoulder the burdens of the village, and to do that, I had to change how I acted if I wanted to fulfill my promise. And I never go back on my word. Who? Shikamaru asked. Someone very important, Naruto said. I can't tell you more. Hokage's orders. Naruto's head suddenly snapped around to face the front door. They are here. Tsunami-san, take Inari and go upstairs, hurry. The dark-haired woman saw the complete seriousness in the blonde's eyes and nodded. She quickly ushered Inari upstairs, though the boy didn't want to go. Once the 2 civilians had been moved to a secure location, Naruto and Shikamaru each used the henge to change into Tsunami and Inari. Suddenly 2 swords slashed through the front door. The door fell to the floor in pieces and 2 men entered. Who knew that the old man had such a look of a daughter? One of the men grinned nastily. You know what Gato said, she is to come with us, unspoiled, the other man said sharply. Fine, the first man growled sulkily. All right, beautiful, twerp, let's go. Go where? Tsunami asked, her voice trembling. What do you want? Look, babe, no questions, the second man snapped. This man was thin and muscled with a dark goatee and blue tattoos on his chest. The other man was very tall and heavily muscled, much like a bodybuilder. He was also completely clean-shaven. Our boss wants you and the twerp to come with us. Once the ninja are all dead, the bridge builder will have no one to protect him. He'll listen to if he knows what's good for him. Now let's go. You're not taking my mom anywhere. Inari shouted. You know Gato never said how many hostages we needed, the bald man said with an evil glint in his eyes. Only that the daughter was unspoiled. I bet the kid's corpse will send a real strong message to Tazuna, the second man sighed. Fine, he said. Just hurry up. I don't want to miss all the fun. The bald man's face twisted as an evil smile enveloped it. Inari shivered as he stumbled backward away from the man who was now drawing his sword. The sound of metal softly scraping against leather filled the kitchen. What the hell? The man shouted as he froze, his sword half drawn. I can't move. The thinner man tried to move as well but was stuck. He noticed that Inari was kneeling in front of them with a small smile on his face, his hands in a weird shape. Shadow possession jutsu success. Inari's voice changed, growing slightly deeper, and it gained a drawing quality. Good work, Shikamaru, Tsunami said, her voice now a male's. 2 puffs of smoke later revealed Shikamaru and Naruto standing in the kitchen. Ninja! The thin man realized as his struggles grew stronger, but it was too late as his vision went dark and he slumped to the floor, his partner next to him. What should we do with him? Shikamaru asked. We should kill them, Naruto said flatly. It's what they would do, but we are not them, Shikamaru said, his face looking slightly queasy at the thought of killing in cold blood. We are ninja, Shikamaru, Naruto said. Killing is part of the way of life we've chosen. Yes, but killing in cold blood makes us just as bad as these two, Shikamaru argued. Let's tie them up and leave their fate for the people of the wave to decide. Fine, Naruto said, though he was inwardly relieved that he didn't have to kill the men in such a cold manner. He paused as his shadow clone traveling with the others went pop. Let's go, the others are in trouble. They're here, aren't they, sensei? Sakura asked as the Konoha group and Tazuna reached the unfinished bridge. A thick mist was blocking nearly the entire bridge from sight. Yes, this is not a natural mist, Kakashi commented. This is most likely the hidden mist jutsu. Everyone be on guard, Zabuza is a master of the silent killing technique. A cold, cruel laugh echoed around the Konoha shinobi. Well informed as always, Kakashi, a voice said. Hand over the bridge builder, and you all can leave with your lives. Zabuza is not going to happen, Zabuza, Asuma said. Konoha shinobi don't abandon a mission, and we sure as hell won't let you and Gato continue terrorizing this land. The laugh turned to one of amusement. Ah yes, the vaunted hidden leaf sense of righteousness, Zabuza said. In this world, there are those with power, and those without. Those without will never be anything more than stepping stones for those with power. Why do you think Konoha has been considered the strongest village for so long? You're wrong! Ino shouted. The leaf is nothing like that. Such naivete, Zabuza commented. Let me guess, girlie, this is your first time outside of your village. You haven't even wet your hands in the blood of your enemies yet. We are shinobi, the weapons that the Kage point at each other. You children know nothing of the harsh realities of this world. By the time I was your age, I had already drenched these hands in blood. We are the monsters of this world, hiding in the shadows waiting for the time to strike. As Zabuza spoke, a chill fell over the genin. They had never felt such cold that seeped into their very bones, and a bloodlust that snatched away the very air from their lungs. Ino and Sakura were struggling to stay on their feet. Choji was panting heavily while Sasuke's skin had a noticeable sheen to it. Looks like the only true shinobi here are Kakashi, Sarutobi, the blonde and the pineapple head, Zabuza commented. They can stand some killing intent. Enough of the games, Zabuza, Asuma barked. Come out and fight us. Now why would I do that? It would be so much easier to just slit all your throats, Zabuza said. You wouldn't even know you were cute until you are already dead. Kakashi looked to Asuma and the son of the Sandaime Hokage nodded. Wind release. Great breakthrough. Asuma shouted, exhaling a large stream of wind. Fire release. Fire stream. Kakashi echoed. The twin collided and instead of exploding, they swirled together to form a tornado of flames that raced across the bridge, evaporating the mist. Think that got him? Choji asked, staring in awe at the two Jonin's combination. I'd be a pretty piss-poor shinobi if that was all it took to kill me, Zabuza commented, appearing a couple down meters away from the Konoha shinobi. And he wasn't alone. 5 other shinobi were standing next to the tall former Mist shinobi. One was wearing a white mask, much like an Anbyu mask. A second was the Konoha missing ninja, Aoi Rokusho, but the other 3 were unknown to the Konoha shinobi. The 3 young ninja didn't look much older than the Konoha genin but wore an unfamiliar headband. The symbol was that of a musical note, and all had dark camouflage pants. I see you brought friends, Kakashi commented lightly, giving the newcomers his patented eye smile. No one said we couldn't, Zabuza answered back. Though calling them friends would be an enormous stretch. Enough chit-chat. Aoi barked. Let's wipe these weaklings out and get going. You certainly won't be leaving this place alive, Aoi, Asuma growled. Not after what you pulled. Oh come now, Asuma-kun, do you really think you have a chance against me while I wield this blade? Aoi chuckled, drawing a sword handle from his back. With it, I am invincible. Kakashi noted that Zabuza narrowed his eyes at Aoi's bragging. I wonder what that's all about, he thought. Look at your little genin, Kakashi, Asuma. They are trembling, Aoi laughed. They look like they are about to piss their pants. So much for the last Uchiha and the next Ino Shikacho trio. Pathetic, Sasuke growled slowly as he drew a kunai from his pouch. Easy, Sasuke, Kakashi said. He's just trying to make you angry and unfocused. Control your emotions, don't let them control you. As much as I hate agreeing with that wannabe, it's time to begin, Zabuza said, hefting his blade onto his shoulder. Kakashi, can you handle Zabuza? I'll take, Aoi, Asuma said. Team 19, you'll have those 3 ninjas wearing the music headbands. Team 7, you have Zabuza's accomplice, Kakashi ordered. Sakura, you have Tazuna. Right, sensei, the 6th genin barked. Now we are talking, one of the unfamiliar ninja, a boy with dark hair and a headband much like the Nidaime Hokage, said with an arrogant air. The two sides watched each other for a moment, as a breeze blew across the bridge, acting as an unspoken starting bell. The 2 groups charged forward, each ninja angling for their opponent. Shuriken Shadow Multiplication Jutsu. A voice rang out from behind the Konoha shinobi, a voice that they all knew very well. A shower of shuriken pierced the bridge just in front of the enemy ninja, halting their advance in its tracks. Naruto! Sakura cried as Naruto and Shikamaru appeared next to their respective teams. So Tsunami and Inari are okay? Kakashi asked. Of course, what sort of heroes would we be if we didn't rescue the women and children? Naruto asked. Don't drag me into this, Shikamaru groaned. Sensei, the two thugs that came after Tsunami and Inari said something about Gato betraying Zabuza. What? Zabuza shouted. Speak, boy, what's this about that little midget betraying me? Yeah, the two thugs said that the plan was for us to either kill or tire each other out, and then he'd show up and clean house, Naruto said, nodding. Do you really expect me to believe that? Zabuza snarled. If Gato even tries to betray me, he'll end up being a good head shorter than he already is. Now, Hatake and Sarutobi's heads will bring quite the bounties, and who knows how much people will pay for an Uchiha. It's the truth, Naruto shouted. Why would we lie to you? How about the fact that you have no chance of beating all of us? Zabuza countered. The only threats here are Hatake and Sarutobi, the rest of you are just babies trying to play ninja. So you are trying to save yourselves by trying to trick me into letting my guard down. Now enough talking, let's fight. It was quite a peculiar sight for a battle between ninja, a partially completed bridge. But such as in life, you don't get a choice in some things. These were the thoughts that were speeding through the head of one Naruto Uzumaki as he and his teammate, Sasuke Uchiha, battled the masked accomplice of Zabuza Momochi. The masked ninja was a very tricky opponent for both Naruto and Sasuke. She used a lot of elemental, namely ice, and was faster than both Sasuke and Naruto. Ice release, ice Saban barrage. The masked ninja called out. Dozens of ice needles rose into the air in front of her. Both Sasuke and Naruto felt the subtle pulse of chakra that came from their opponent that signaled the start of the attack. The icy needles sped toward the two boys, forcing them to separate. Water release, water clone. From a puddle, a copy of Zabuza's accomplice formed and turned to face Naruto. The blonde drew a pair of kunai and continued racing toward the clone. The water clone created a kunai made of ice to counter Naruto's kunai. Clang! Naruto's kunai and the ice kunai met each other with a loud clang. Why are you doing this? Naruto asked. I was not lying about how Gato is going to betray you and Zabuza. We don't have to fight. My master has ordered me to fight, and so I fight, the girl said. I will not fail, Zabuza-sama. Can I at least know your name? Don't really want to call you hey you, Naruto asked. I am Haku. Okay Haku, if you won't stop fighting then I'll have to make you, Naruto vowed. He swiped at Haku with his offhand kunai, forcing the ice-wielding ninja to leap backward. Naruto flipped the kunai in his left hand and tossed it at the water clone, with his other kunai in its shadow. The water clone easily dodged the two kunai and charged toward Naruto. The blonde was frantically racking his brain for a way to defeat the clone and team back up with Sasuke, but he couldn't think of a way to win. He didn't know any ranged aside from the shuriken and kunai multiplication jutsu, and while he was getting better at taijutsu, it was still the worst area. He didn't count, it just wasn't worth mentioning. Multi-shadow clone jutsu, Naruto shouted. 24 clones appeared around Naruto, and with a mental command he sent the clones in waves after the lone water clone. Shuriken multiplication jutsu, Naruto cried, flinging a pair of shuriken at Haku who had been hemmed in by the clones. The two real shuriken became a cloud of 36. Haku looked up at the approaching storm of spinning metal and seemed to take a breath as the shuriken sliced into her. The clone fell apart into a puddle of water, and a few seconds later, the majority of Naruto's shuriken vanished as well. A loud crash caught Naruto's attention, and his breath caught in his throat at the sight of a large dome of ice. Through its distortion, Naruto saw Sasuke launch his great fireball jutsu at the ice dome, and the blonde was stunned and frightened that it had no effect. Naruto was about to rush over to Sasuke's aid when a shrill scream stopped him short. Turning around, Naruto saw Team 10 being besieged by the genin team that were wearing headbands with musical notes on them. Ino and Choji were down while Shikamaru was kneeling in front of them in his shadow possession jutsu stance, trying to keep their enemies at bay. You will not be able to save all of them, a soft voice said from behind Naruto. The blonde spun around to see Haku standing in front of him. Naruto quickly drew another kunai. Do not worry, Naruto, this is only a clone and it has very little chakra left. But you have a choice to make. Who do you attempt to help, your teammate or your comrades? Those ninja from Oto will kill your comrades for sure unless you help them, but if you do, then your teammate will fall to me. So what will you choose, your teammate or your comrades? Naruto stammered. I will save them all. You won't, Haku said coldly. You will fail and someone will die. You must make a choice. Your teammate or your comrades? Shut up, Naruto shouted. I am going to save them all. I am not a failure. You are a failure, Haku said. You are being a child if you think to save everyone. People die all the time, you cannot save everyone. Now choose. I choose. Naruto stuttered, his voice cracking as he heard Shikamaru grunt in pain and clutch at his head. Stop it, he whimpered. Stop hurting them. I am not hurting them, Haku said. You are the one hurting them by your inaction. What will you do with Naruto? Will you attempt to save your comrades or your teammate? Choose Naruto or you will fail at everything. Choose. Naruto clutched his own head, trying to block out Haku's voice, the screams of Team 10 and Sasuke's seemingly futile attempts to break free of Haku's ice dome, but nothing was working. Stop it! Naruto pleaded. Make it stop, pathetic, a deep and booming voice sneered deep within the recesses of Naruto's mind. So weak, it growled. A reddish flow illuminated the silhouette of something massive hidden behind a massive gate. You better thank me for this, brat, Naruto gasped as he felt a massive surge of boiling hot energy swell up inside him, emanating from his stomach. He felt refreshed and energized, he felt invincible. Multi-shadow clone jutsu. Naruto roared. The battles around the bridge had all paused at the feeling of a new chakra appearing in the area. The genin all shivered at the roiling and wild chakra, they had never felt such cold and destructive feeling chakra. But the two Konoha, and former Konoha, had, and a former Kiri had felt something similar. Naruto, Kakashi whispered. It's time we ended this Zabuza. I don't have time to keep playing around. Haku's clone was stunned as it was suddenly blown away by what could only be described as a tornado of chakra. The final thought that passed through the clone's brain was, what is this boy? As the smoke cleared, Naruto was surrounded by a mass of clones, nearly as many as he had made the night Naruto learned that the Kyuubi was sealed within him. This is incredible, Naruto thought as he enjoyed the power coursing through his body. I've never felt this strong. I like it, he added, clenching a fist. You know what to do, Naruto ordered. The clones nodded and turned en masse toward Team 10, Naruto himself racing off toward the ice dome where Sasuke was battling the real Haku. What the hell was that? The raven-haired girl wearing a musical note headband asked. I've never felt such strong and evil chakra, even from Silence Kin, the mummified boy warned. We can't speak of our lord, you know that. But you are right, and it seems that whoever possesses that chakra is coming this way. Who cares? The third genin, a smug-looking boy wearing a headpiece much like the Night-Aim Hokage had, sneered. I've had enough of these weaklings. Maybe this new guy can give us a real fight. So you three were the ones who hurt my comrades? A deep and dark voice asked from a thin mist that had blown over the bridge. From the mist walked Naruto, but this Naruto looked very little like the Naruto that Team 10 had known from the academy. Naruto's eyes were now a deep red and his whisker-like birthmarks were now much darker, giving the blonde a feral look. Yeah, we are. So what? The loud boy sneered. All you Konoha kids are weak. These wannabe ninja couldn't even lay a hand on us. I see, Naruto growled. Well, maybe we can do better. You and what army? This army, another voice snarled. A strong breeze cleared away the thin mist to reveal a large amount of Naruto clones. What is this? The mummified boy shouted. Your end, Naruto's lead clone growled. Get them! The army of clones roared and charged at the arrogant Odo team. Look what you did, Zaku, Kin cried as she rapidly tossed after into the charging horde of clones. But with each one that dispelled it seemed that two more clones would take its place. You had to fool around with those weaklings. Now we have to deal with this freak. I'd watch who you are calling a freak, a deep voice growled behind her. Kin whirled around only to be backhanded aside. To her, it felt like she had been hit by an avalanche. One done, Naruto growled as he and his clones turned as one to face the other two Oto ninja. The mummy-looking one was watching him warily, while the other was grinning madly. Finally! The grinning boy cried. A real fight. Zaku, we need to leave, the Kakashi wannabe said. We are no match for this boy. Grab Kin and let's go. This mission is over. No way, Dosu, Zaku argued. I want to fight this guy. Just because he took down Kin doesn't mean he can lay a finger on me, Zaku does growled. Our lord said we were not to reveal too many of our abilities, and even if we were able to defeat this boy, we would be showing too many of our skills to do so. Now grab Kin and let's go. TCH, fine, Zaku grumbled. Decapitating airwaves. The boy raised his arms and Naruto only had time to notice twin holes in the boy's palms before a dozen of his clones were blown away. By the time the clones had regained their bearings, the three ninja had vanished. Meanwhile, the original Naruto was quickly approaching the ice dome. He could still hear Sasuke fighting within the dome. You will not escape this, Sasuke Uchiha, Haku's voice said from within the dome. This is my most powerful. No one has ever escaped from my demonic ice mirrors, not even Zabuza-sama. Through the cracks in the dome, Naruto saw Sasuke staring toward the top of the dome. Looking up, Naruto saw Haku sticking out of one of the many mirrors, 3 gripped in her hand. I do not like to kill, Haku admitted. Zabuza-sama tells me that because of that weakness, I will never become a true shinobi. Well, Sasuke Uchiha, you should be honored, as you will be the one in which I harden my heart, and become truly the weapon that my master deserves. Haku sank back into the mirror, and images of Haku appeared in every mirror. Naruto could see Sasuke trying to figure out which image was the real Haku. The Uchiha's eyes were darting between the mirrors looking for a target. Naruto frowned as he saw Sasuke's cold black eyes slowly bleed into red. The Sharingan, Naruto realized. In Naruto's stomach, the Kyuubi stirred at its host's thought. With a growl, the legendary demon sent another wave of its potent chakra through the seal and into its host's chakra network. Naruto gasped as he felt another fiery surge race through his body as more of the Kyuubi's chakra flooded his body. The chakra seemed to have a mind of its own as it moved from all over his body and into his right hand. What's going on? Naruto thought. The red chakra was flickering like an open flame as it engulfed Naruto's right hand. Naruto's attention was brought back to his teammate by Sasuke's cry of pain. Sasuke was yanking several needles from his arms and had tossed them to the ground. Naruto would see that the Uchiha was quickly becoming overwhelmed by Haku's attacks. Sasuke! Naruto shouted as Sasuke began slowing down, as evident by the fact that more and more were finding spots in Sasuke's body. The blonde slammed his hand against the closest mirror, and was stunned when a spider web of cracks appeared on the mirror. Both Sasuke and Haku turned toward the stunned blonde in shock. Haku felt a shiver of fear travel down her spine. No one had ever done what the strange blonde had just done. No one had ever managed one crack on her demonic ice mirrors. Enough of this, Haku! Naruto shouted, punching the mirror again. Naruto felt the Kyuubi's chakra travel down his hand and almost inject itself into the mirror. The mirror glowed a dull red as Haku's chakra valiantly tried to fight off the Kyuubi's chakra, but it was a futile effort. No human's chakra could match the corrosive power of a Bijuu's chakra. The mirror glowed brightly before it shattered into tiny pieces. Haku winced as she felt the backlash of her mirror being destroyed. Her chakra levels dropped noticeably before evening out. This way, Sasuke! Naruto shouted, urging his teammate to escape. Sasuke felt a twinge of anger at Naruto for calling for a retreat, but both his sense of survival and his mind overrode his pride, and the Uchiha dashed toward the opening. You will not escape! Haku cried as she sent dozens of flying after Sasuke. Shuriken multiplication jutsu! Naruto shouted, flinging his final 2 shuriken over Sasuke's head. The 2 shuriken became 2 dozen, knocking many of the off course. Sasuke grunted as he dove through the opening in the dome. Rolling to his feet, Sasuke wobbled as he noticed 2 lodged in the back of his left knee. The knee buckled as he tried to put weight on it. Damn it, Sasuke cursed. Dobe, my knee is messed up. I won't be able to move. Naruto bit back a curse of his own. Haku's mirrors dissolved into puddles of water, and Zabuza's accomplice appeared, breathing heavily herself. Haku, it's over, Naruto said, stepping in front of his teammate. You can barely stand, and have no chance of beating us. Perhaps I cannot defeat you, Haku admitted. But I can still ensure that Zabuza-sama's mission is completed. The girl vanished in a burst of speed that stunned the 2 Konoha genin. Where'd she do? Naruto cried, looking around for Haku. She said that she was going to complete Zabuza's mission, Sasuke said. But that was killing the bridge builder. Tazuna! The 2 genin realized. Haku's going after Tazuna and Sakura-chan. Naruto shouted. Damn it, I can't move, Sasuke snarled in frustration. Naruto, you need to go. I'm stuck here. Go protect Sakura and Tazuna. But I'm out of chakra, Naruto admitted. There's no way I could reach them in time. What about that red chakra you were using? Sasuke asked. Use that. Naruto paused, trying to come up with an excuse that would satisfy Sasuke. I can't, the red chakra is just a hidden reserve, the blonde said. And I've used it all up, but then. Sasuke said, though he trailed off. Sakura-chan will die, Naruto realized. His thoughts turned inward, deep within his mind. Please, just give me some more, Naruto pleaded. Give me more power, I need more. A deep, dark chuckle rolled through Naruto's head. So you are now begging for my power then, the Kyuubi growled. So pathetic and weak. I want the power to protect my friends, Naruto said. I want the power to protect my home, to be the pillar of strength for my village. You want power? Kyuubi snarled. Very well, human, you shall have power. Now let's see if you can handle it. A flood of white-hot chakra flooded Naruto's chakra network. The blonde howled as his body burned as if he had been dipped in hot lava. No, I will not let you win! Naruto growled as he fought to swallow his screams. I will save my friends, and I will not succumb to you. The QB smiled widely as if faded back into the dark recesses of the seal. We shall see, brat, the ancient fox commented. Soon enough you'll come crawling back to me, begging for more of my power. Sasuke watched in growing amazement as his blonde teammate became engulfed in that cold, swirling red chakra. Naruto turned, and Sasuke fought to not tremble under Naruto's now blood-red stare. A scream brought Naruto's attention away from Sasuke, and the blonde vanished in a burst of speed. Sasuke finally released the breath that he hadn't known he was holding in. The feeling of death, decay and bloodlust lingered around Sasuke even after Naruto had vanished. Naruto, what are you? Sasuke whispered as he struggled to his feet. At the other end of the bridge, Tazuna and Sakura were standing a bit away from the battles. Sakura had a kunai out and held in a reverse grip, ready to protect herself and Tazuna. The aged bridge builder was terrified and a little bit angry at the fact that his only close protection was this little girl who had pink hair. What type of ninja had pink hair? Of course, Tazuna did not voice this thought, as after seeing what this girl would do, he was as scared of her as he was of the other ninja. Her traps were deadly. What is going on over there? Sakura asked out loud. She and Tazuna had felt the cold and wildly destructive chakra wash over the bridge. Tazuna had fallen to his knees while Sakura's legs were trembling like leaves. We should leave, Tazuna suggested. Did you not feel that wave of whatever it was? There is no way your friends are still alive if Gato has someone like that on his payroll. I am not abandoning my team or my comrades, Sakura snapped. There is no way Kakashi-sensei, Sasuke-kun or Naruto would be killed so easily. We are risking our lives for you. The least you could do is to have a little faith in us. Tazuna looked down at the small girl before him. She had somehow mastered her legs as they had stopped trembling. The old man felt a wave of shame wash over him. The girl was right. These children were risking their lives for him, even though he had tricked them into helping him and his country. You should have run when you had the chance, a soft yet icy cold voice said. Sakura and Tazuna stiffened, and slowly they saw a single figure step from the mist. It was the masked ninja that aided Zabuza. Stay behind me, Tazuna, Sakura ordered. I will not let her get by me, even if it costs me my life. Brave words, girl, Haku said. But your friends are dead, as you soon will be. But if you hand over the bridge builder to me, I will let you live. A wave of fear and despair fell over Sakura like a tidal wave. No, you're wrong, Sakura whispered. Sasuke-kun and Naruto would not die so easily. You are lying. Then why haven't they come here themselves? Haku asked. You are their teammate, so why aren't they here? Sakura had no answer for that. She just looked at Haku with wide eyes. I don't know why they aren't here, she responded after a moment. But I refuse to believe you. I have faith in Sasuke-kun and Naruto. And nothing you can say will change that. Beneath her mask, Haku smiled at the young girl's conviction and faith in her teammates. Faith is naught but a fool's hope, girl, Haku said. It will not save you nor will your teammates. Now let me show you how your teammates died. Haku concentrated and the puddles around her glowed a bright white. Streams of water rose from the puddles and formed thin needles of ice. Sakura's heart froze at the sight. Ice release, needle barrage. The dozens of needles sped through the air toward Sakura and Tazuna. The pair seemed frozen as certain death soared toward them. What? Haku cried as the ice needles passed right through Tazuna and Sakura. The duo seemed to waver before fading away. Genjutsu. She cursed. Right, Sakura's voice said from behind Haku. False surroundings to be exact. It's a basic, and one that costs only a little chakra, but when used properly, it can be greatly effective. Sakura kneeled down and cut a thin wire near her feet, setting off a trap that she had set up earlier. A dozen shuriken shot from the mist toward Haku, from all angles ensuring that there would be no escape. Haku twisted her body around and flung the last of her, deflecting all but 2 of the shuriken. The masked ninja gasped in pain as one shuriken clipped her upper arm while the other sliced through her leg, forcing Haku to the ground. Sakura warily approached her downed opponent, a kunai poised to strike or defend. Just give up, Sakura said. You are out of chakra and you are wounded. I don't want to kill you, you are beaten. I will not fail Zabuza-sama. Haku shouted. Ice release, glacial spikes. Haku slammed her hand into a puddle and the water glowed brightly before spikes erupted from the puddles around Sakura. The Konoha genin cried out in surprise and pain as a thin spike of ice shot from a puddle near her and pierced her left leg. Sakura screamed and fell to the ground, clutching her bleeding leg. Both kunoichi froze as they felt an immense wave of power wash over them. It was the same power that had been felt earlier. Sakura looked up through tear-filled eyes to see a familiar figure appear in a blur in front of her. Naruto? Sakura asked weakly. The blonde figure turned, and Sakura's eyes widened when she realized that it was Naruto, but something had happened to her teammate. His normally clear ocean blue eyes were a deep red and his whisker marks were much thicker and darker. Are you alright, Sakura-chan? Naruto asked, his voice thick and gravely. I have an ice spike sticking out of my leg. How do you think I am doing? Sakura snapped. Sorry, Sakura-chan, Naruto said sheepishly. The blonde turned back to Haku. That's both of my teammates you've hurt. Sasuke-kun? Sakura asked. He's fine, Naruto assured his female teammate. It looks like you don't have any more chakra left, Haku. Please just give up. I will not, Haku growled as she forced herself to her feet. I will not fail Zabuza-sama. I will not be a broken tool. Naruto flinched at Haku's admission of her viewing herself as nothing more than a weapon. Haku, Zabuza is most likely dead, he said. He can't beat Kakashi-sensei. And there is no way Aoi could beat Asuma-sensei. And those other ninja have run off. You have no help coming. And Gato is coming to betray you all. It does not matter, Naruto-kun, Haku said. I have pledged myself to assist Zabuza-sama in his goals, and will gladly give my life to do so. And that means killing the bridge builder. Naruto looked on with pained eyes as Haku channeled the remnants of her chakra into an ice kunai. Sakura, can I borrow a kunai? Naruto asked. Sakura dug her final kunai from her pouch and tossed it to Naruto. As soon as he caught it, the blonde became engulfed in red chakra. The two ninja raced toward each other, and with a loud clang, their two weapons clashed. Sakura clearly saw Naruto and Haku standing, facing away from each other. A sound like glass breaking brought Sakura's attention to Haku. The ice kunai the girl held had shattered. Haku only held the handle. Haku's body shuddered and she coughed. Blood splattered against the ground as blood flowed from her mouth. Naruto coughed, and felt some blood trickle out of his own mouth. Looking down, Naruto gave a pained grin seeing the thin ice spike sticking from his stomach. As the blonde looked on, the ice spike melted away into water. A soft thud made Naruto turn around, and to his horror, he saw that Sakura had collapsed to the ground. Sakura-chan! Naruto shouted as he limped rapidly to his downed teammate. When he got to her side, Naruto saw that her wounds were grievous but not immediately life-threatening. Naruto silently thanked Kakashi for ensuring that his team knew basic first aid, field dressing and field knowledge of medicinal herbs. Sakura had taken to learning first aid like a fish to water, while Naruto struggled with it. Digging through his equipment pouch, Naruto found the small first aid kit that each member of Team 7 carried with them. He ripped open the packaging that held the coagulating agent with his teeth and poured it over Sakura's leg. Sakura hissed as the agent burned and attempted to harden the wound. Naruto unfurled a large roll of bandages and wrapped Sakura's leg tightly. You better be doing that right, idiot. A low and pained growl came from above Naruto, causing the blonde to chuckle weakly. Don't worry, Sakura-chan. You beat this information into my head so deep that I could do this in my sleep, Naruto commented. Good, Sakura said weakly. But if I lose my leg, I'm coming for your head. Both of them. Naruto fought to keep the fear from his face at Sakura's threat. Footsteps heralded the approach of someone, and both Naruto and Sakura grabbed a kunai that Naruto had scoured up. A figure emerged from the mist. Sasuke-kun! Sakura cried as the bruised and battered Uchiha appeared. Sakura tried to get to her feet, but a firm hand on her shoulder stopped her attempt. Don't move, Sakura-chan. Your wounds could still open, Naruto said. Sakura pouted but ceased struggling. Sasuke limped over to his teammates, and paused when he noticed the still body of Haku behind them. Is she? Yes, Naruto said flatly. How are you? Fine, Sasuke grunted. Where are the others? Team 10 is somewhere over there, Naruto said, pointing over Sasuke's shoulders. That other genin team ran off, but they messed Team 10 up pretty well. I don't know about Kakashi-sensei or Asuma-sensei. We should meet up with Team 10 then, Sakura said. If you are right, and Gato is planning on betraying Zabuza, we will need the numbers. Naruto nodded. He helped Sakura to her feet, slinging one of her arms over his shoulders. Sasuke fell into step next to his teammates, his Sharingan active and searching for any movement. Tazuna was next to Sasuke, helping the Uchiha boy walk. Further down the bridge, Team 7 could hear the sounds of battle, the chirping of birds and smell the pungent odor of charred flesh. Ino, Choji, Shikamaru! Sakura cried as Team 7 saw Team 10 huddled together against the railing of the bridge. Each of the three genin were wounded just as badly as Team 7 it seemed. Their clothes and bodies were littered with cuts and bruises, and all three genin had dried blood below their ears. Are you guys alright? Naruto asked. Neither Ino nor Choji moved to answer. They both were clinging to each other and staring out across the bridge. We are not all right, Shikamaru said. But we will be. What happened? Sakura asked. You three were fighting against those unknown ninja, right? Yes, Shikamaru answered. They said they were from Oto, a new village that will quickly assert itself as the most powerful village in the world. Or so they claim. What were their abilities? Sasuke asked. Not now, a familiar voice said from behind Team 7. Kakashi-sensei. Team 7 cried as their sensei appeared, a bloody slash across his chest. Where's Zabuza? Naruto asked. Dead, Kakashi answered. And your opponent? Haku is dead, and those other 3 genin ran off, Sakura reported. What about Asuma-sensei? Shikamaru asked. I'm here, Asuma said, appearing much like Kakashi had. Aoi? Kakashi asked. Dead too. Did you recover the sword of the Thunder God? Naruto asked. Asuma nodded and showed Naruto the hilt of his great-grandfather's sword. Well, a cruel voice shouted from the unfinished end of the bridge. The Konoha shinobi turned and saw a short, oily-looking man with a cane standing there, with a large number of thugs behind him. I must hand it to you, Konoha ninja. You just saved me the risk of having these fine gentlemen fight Zabuza and his brat. So much for the demon of the hidden mist. Gato, Naruto snarled, recognizing the man from his clone's memories. While I must thank you for dealing with the trash, Gato said, I can't afford to leave witnesses, so my friends will clean this up. It's just good business, you know? Finish them up, but bring me the 2 girls. Young girls like them will most certainly fetch a pretty penny, he ordered with a nasty leer. Naruto and Sasuke slid in front of their female teammate, and Naruto felt a pulse of anger deep in his stomach. Team, do you have any shuriken left? Naruto asked. Sasuke nodded and handed over his final 3 ninja stars to the blonde. What are you doing, Naruto? Sakura asked. I'm finishing this, Naruto answered. He felt deep within himself, scrounging up the very last dregs of his chakra. Shadow Clone Jutsu. A dozen clones appeared around the Konoha ninja. The appearances of these clones caused the thugs to pause. Each of the clones held up the trio of shuriken. Shuriken Multiplication Jutsu. Naruto and his clones shouted, tossing their shuriken. The shuriken multiplied into a spinning mass of flying metal. All the thugs could see were the rapidly approaching rain of deadly metal. Their screams sent shivers down the Konoha genin's spines as the shuriken pierced the bodies of the thugs. Only Gato was spared, as he had been hiding at the back of the mob. Naruto wavered, his body feeling completely drained. That's all I've got, he mumbled, feeling the lack of chakra and his wounds catching up to him. As the blonde blacked out, Naruto could have sworn he heard Inari's voice. And that's what happened, Hokage-sama, Asuma finished. Teams 7 and 10, along with their senseis, were in the Hokage's office. The leader of Team 10 had just completed the mission report to the Hokage. So in essence, you took an undertrained team of genin into a war zone, the Hokage said. Instead of returning to the village, you put yourself, your genin and Team 7 at risk. What do you have to say for yourself? The Hokage's voice never rose a decibel, but the 2 were on the verge of collapse from the weight of the Hokage's released chakra. The 6 genin had dropped to the floor of the office, as they couldn't withstand the pressure. I did not think that Gato had secured such a prominent missing ninja, Asuma said. And I was confident that we could handle the mission, with sufficient backup. You didn't think things through, did you, Jonin Sarutobi? Hiruzen barked. You put yourself and your charges in needless danger. What you should have done was come back to the village with Tazuna in tow, and then perhaps we could have worked out a solution to the waves problem. Only by the grace of Kami did you all come out of this alive and relatively unharmed. That is the only reason you won't be demoted to Chunin, Asuma, as well as that this mission has brought several boons to the village. Now leave. We will be having words later, Hokage-sama, Asuma said with a sharp bow. He and Team 10 left the office quickly and quietly. As soon as the door closed, Hiruzen dropped back into his chair, looking to all the world an old and tired man, not the foreboding and powerful Hokage or kindly grandfather figure that he was usually seen as. What am I going to do with that boy? Hiruzen asked out loud. He then looked up at Team 7. I am going to mark this mission as an A rank in your profiles, and you will be paid accordingly. Well done, thank you, Hokage-sama, Team 7 answered. You 3 are dismissed, but Kakashi, I still need to speak with you, the Hokage said. The 3 genin bowed and left the office. Now what aren't you and Asuma not telling me? Naruto actively used the Kyuubi's chakra, Kakashi said flatly. The Hokage froze, his pipe nearly slipping from his fingers. He did? Hiruzen asked. Kakashi nodded. How is he handling it? He seems to be okay, Kakashi answered. He hasn't spoken about it, but I sense no residual effects from Naruto using its chakra. The Hokage lit his pipe with a low-powered fire jutsu, and puffed on it for a moment. Keep any eye on Naruto, Hiruzen said. Let me know immediately if he uses any more of the Kyuubi's chakra. I will send a summons to Jiraiya, telling him to return to the village, but that might not be for some time. The Chunin exams are being held in the village in 2 months' time, and many people will want to see the last Uchiha participate. And of course people will quickly hear about the great Naruto bridge. Kakashi fought, and failed, to keep the smile from his face. Ah yes, Kakashi said. So you wish for me to put forth my team for the exams? Of course not, the Hokage answered with a smile. Only if you believe them to be ready. If they aren't ready in 2 months' time, then I'm not doing my job as a sensei, Kakashi said. Kakashi, there are things moving in the shadows, the Hokage said. I can feel it in my bones that we are quickly approaching the start of another conflict, one that will be nothing like we've ever seen. Konoha will need to flex its muscles once more, and your team will be the vanguard. Hokage-sama? Kakashi asked. Train them, Kakashi, Hiruzen ordered. Train them so they can be ready to waltz through these exams. Yes, Hokage-sama. Kakashi saluted and vanished in a swirl of leaves. Train them, Kakashi, so that they become the sword and shield that Konoha needs, Hiruzen said to his now empty office. The next morning, Team 7 found a peculiar and frightening sight waiting for them at Training Ground 3. Kakashi was waiting for them. Before you three all lose it, let me explain, Kakashi said. The Hokage has ordered me to get you three ready for the Chunin exams, which are being held here in 2 months. The Hokage believes that you three have the potential to be the next great group of Konoha shinobi, but you still need a lot of work. So for the next month, we will not be taking any missions but training. And when I'm through with you, you three will be able to breeze through the exams. After that month, I'll see about getting a mission or two. All right, Naruto cried, jumping into the air. Sasuke and Sakura smiled at their blonde teammates' enthusiasm. Don't think this will be fun, Kakashi said. I will be running you all into the ground this month. So be prepared to say your prayers because your asses are mine. Let's get started. All right, you three, that's enough for today, Kakashi shouted. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke all stopped their individual workouts and turned toward their sensei. Come over here, I have something for you. The three genin jogged over, letting Kakashi get a good look at them. They had a hidden grin under his mask as he looked at his team. They had really grown in the past 2 months. Each of the genin were now what Kakashi called the terrible terrors. Sasuke was the most well-balanced of the group, his ninjutsu and taijutsu all high gen or low chunin level, and with his Sharingan, he could see things before the others. Sakura was the weakest of the trio, but she had made enormous strides in the last 2 months. When she had left the academy, her chakra levels were pathetic, barely that of a first-year academy student. In the little over 2 months, her chakra levels had ballooned to that of an average genin, and coupled with her near-perfect chakra control made her the perfect support for the two powerhouses, Naruto and Sasuke. And Sakura's near-perfect recall made her dabbles into traps and a very successful venture as well, expanding her burgeoning skill set. Sasuke's chakra levels had grown as well in the time since graduation, but the growth was not as drastic as Sakura's. His control over his chakra had grown as well. He could now use the Great Fireball Jutsu 4 times in rapid succession without exhausting his chakra. The Uchiha also added the Dragon Flame Jutsu, the Shuriken Multiplication Jutsu, and he was now able to use his Sharingan to place the hypnotic eye on his opponents. Naruto's reserves had changed very little. They were already possibly the largest in the village, but his control was now much improved. He would never gain the control that Sakura or even Sasuke had, but now Naruto would only waste minimal chakra when using. Kakashi had introduced Naruto to, after telling the blonde that the Yondaime Hokage was a master of, and that it would really work with his prankster nature. Kakashi had both Sakura and Naruto start learning by copying already created seals such as explosive notes, or weight seals, once their handwriting was at a high enough level. Kakashi had also shown each of his genin their elemental affinities, and was quite surprised to see that between the 3 genin, Team 7 covered all 5 elements. Sasuke had a lightning primary affinity with a fire secondary affinity. Naruto had a wind primary with a water secondary, while Sakura had an earth affinity. In an effort to stop the genin's pleadings, Kakashi had given each of the genin a low rank to tune to their elements. Sasuke got lightning release, static wave and fire release, dragon flame. Sakura got earth release, earth barrier wall, and Naruto got wind release, great breakthrough and water release, hidden mist jutsu. When Naruto saw he had a water affinity, the blonde begged Kakashi to teach him the hidden mist jutsu after seeing it on their mission to the wave. He told Kakashi that it would be a perfect covering for a retreat, and even if the air wasn't very moisture-rich, with his chakra levels, it wouldn't be much of a problem to convert his chakra into the mist needed. What have you got for us, sensei? Naruto asked. What do I have you asked? Kakashi said. Why, I have the application forms you need to turn in order to participate in the Chunin exams. All right. Naruto cried as he took the paper from Kakashi. We are going to own these exams, right guys? Sasuke grunted his agreement, while Sakura was looking over the form. Are you sure we're ready, sensei? I mean, we only graduated less than 6 months ago, shouldn't we wait? Naruto and Sasuke looked at their female teammate with hurt and betrayed expressions. Now, let's hear what Sakura-chan has to say, Kakashi said, noticing the two boys' looks. I am sure that Sakura-chan has her reasons. Fine, Naruto said. Sasuke just crossed his arms and stared at Sakura. The pink-haired teenager swallowed to gather her thoughts. Well, the Chunin exams are open to any genin who are nominated by their sensei, and have completed a certain amount of missions, Sakura began. So it is reasonable to assume that some teams will be much older and more experienced than us. Maybe, Sasuke interrupted. But if they are a lot older than us but haven't been promoted yet, that just means they are weak. Sakura nodded. That might be true, she said, conceding Sasuke's point. But there will also be teams that were held out to get more experience. From what I've read, the exams are held every 6 months. So why don't we wait until the next exams when we have 6 more months of experience? That is quite true, Sakura-chan, Kakashi said. You are correct that the Chunin exams are held every 6 months, but they also rotate between the villages. The next time the exams are being held in Konoha or Suna will be in nearly 2 years. We normally don't send new genin teams to the other villages' exams because the exams are very dangerous and there will be deaths. At least here in the village, we can protect you as much as possible. Protect us? Naruto asked. The Chunin exams are not to be taken lightly, even in your own village, Kakashi said. But especially in an enemy village. In other villages, they won't hesitate to give their genin a home field advantage. What do you mean home field advantage, sensei? Sakura asked. It can mean whatever you want it to mean, Kakashi said. It's probably different in each of the villages, but most likely, the local genin will have some intel on what the exams will be about. Sometimes teams aren't given timely medical treatment, etc. Whatever they can to gain an edge. Sakura paled. Don't worry, Sakura-chan, the exams are here in the village, and we are so ready, Naruto said confidently. We've been training our butts off for the last 2 months, we are ready. I don't know, Sakura admitted. Naruto, you and Sasuke-kun have gotten much stronger since we graduated, but I just think I've been standing still. That's not true, Sakura-chan, Naruto said. You are plenty strong. You are the smartest kunoichi in the village. You are a brilliant trap maker and you can put it on almost anybody. Sakura had to look away to hide the embarrassed blush that Naruto's words had caused. When she looked back, Sakura froze when she caught eyes with Sasuke. Naruto is correct, Sasuke said. You have grown stronger. Sakura's heart swelled at her crush's words. Thank you, Sasuke-kun, and you too, Naruto, she said. But I still don't know about the exams. Sakura, I would not nominate you 3 if I didn't feel you were ready, Kakashi reassured. Just treat the exams as a mission, and you 3 will be fine. Now you all must have these forms filled out and be at room 301 of the academy at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Later, Team 7 watched as their sensei vanished in his customary puff of smoke. So now what do you guys want to do? Naruto asked. Should we, I don't know, go over what we will need for the exams? Just bring everything we would need for a B-rank mission, Sasuke said. See you tomorrow. The Uchiha heir leapt off toward his apartment, leaving his 2 teammates standing on the bridge alone. Hey Sakura-chan, I was going to get some Ichirakus before heading home. Want to join me? Naruto asked. Sorry, Naruto. I told my parents that I would come right home after training, she answered. Okay then, Naruto said. I'll see you tomorrow then. Bye, Naruto, Sakura called as she headed toward her home. Naruto gave a half-hearted wave to his teammate before turning toward his own path home. Why do you constantly attempt to woo that pink-haired weakling? The deep, growling voice of the Kyuubi asked from within Naruto's mind. The first time the fox had spoken to Naruto without the blonde entering his mind had nearly sent Naruto into hysterics. When Naruto finally calmed down, the fox explained that Naruto's use of the Kyuubi's chakra in the wave had opened a link between the pair, enabling the fox to communicate with Naruto when it wanted to. Sakura-chan isn't weak, Naruto growled. She has always been stronger than she thinks. She was the only civilian born to graduate from the academy. Please, your academy is pathetic, the fox snarled. When I was stuck in my previous container, their standards were much higher. None of your precious classmates would have passed back then. Whatever, fox, it's not like you ever strove for recognition from someone, Naruto grumbled. Do not think you know me, brat, the fox roared, making Naruto wince. What was that for the fox? Naruto barked, but the ancient demon did not answer, leaving Naruto to stew in his confusion. The next morning found Naruto in front of the memorial stone, staring at one name in particular, Tobirama Senju. Hey there, Grandpa, Naruto said slowly. Today I'm taking the Chunin exams. I know it seems that I'm young, but Kakashi-sensei believes that we are ready. Sakura-chan didn't know if she was ready. She thinks that she is too weak and will just hold us back. But I think she's the strongest out of us all. I mean, she doesn't have a bloodline or some fur ball sealed inside her to fall back on. Sakura-chan has worked for everything she's gained, and had nothing handed to her. That to me means she is truly strong. Anyway, did you feel nervous before your first Chunin exam? What am I talking about? Of course not, you became Hokage. You probably weren't afraid of anything. The sound of a snapping twig made Naruto's head whip around. Who's there? He asked. A soft gasp from behind a tree allowed Naruto to zero in on a tall oak tree about 20 meters away. Do you have to pay your respects as well? Naruto asked as he walked around the tree to find a vaguely familiar face, a girl about his age with navy blue hair and milky white eyes. She wore a light gray jacket and blue pants and had her headband around her neck. Hey, you are that Hyuga girl from the academy, right? Naruto asked. Hina. Something right? Hinata, I am Hinata Hyuga, Hinata stammered. That's right, Hinata. Naruto snapped his fingers. So what are you doing here, Hinata? Do you know someone on the stone? No, I was on my way to the academy and I saw you standing there, Hinata said. Oh, you are going to the academy, Naruto said. Me too. Are you taking the Chunin exams? Yes, Hinata whispered. My sensei nominated us for the exams, but I don't think I am ready. Why not? Naruto asked, his face scrunching up in confusion. I am not strong enough, Hinata admitted. I am afraid that I will just drag Kiba-kun and Shino-kun down. I don't want to let them down. Don't worry so much, Hinata, Naruto said. If you don't believe in yourself, then you will never get stronger. If you don't at least try, then you will never know if you can do it. But what if I fail? I don't think I could handle letting down Kiba-kun and Shino-kun, Hinata said. Well, if you fail, then try again, Naruto said. I mean, I failed the graduation exam 3 times, and that didn't stop me. You can't be afraid of failing. If you are, then you'll never get stronger. And besides, if I got everything right the first time, then I would probably get all stuck up and arrogant like Sasuke. Hinata giggled but quickly clamped a hand over her mouth. I shouldn't have laughed like that, she said through her hands. I don't worry about it, Hinata, Naruto laughed. The bastard knows I don't mean anything by it. And besides, someone needs to deflate his big head. Look at Hinata. So what if you are scared? If you don't face your fears, then you will always be weak. Hinata looked down, her mind thinking that her crush thought she was weak. Now don't go doing that, Hinata, Naruto said, noticing the girl's mood had dropped. Keep your head up, never look back. You can't change the past, only the future. And can I tell you a secret, Hinata? Of course you can do, Naruto-kun, Hinata said quickly. You can tell me anything. I'm scared too, Naruto admitted. I'm afraid that I'll let down my teammates too. But Naruto-kun, you are so strong, Hinata claimed. You always act so happy, you never give up no matter what is thrown at you. You've always been an inspiration to me. When I watch you always get back up, I sometimes feel like I can be stronger. Naruto blinked. Then a soft blush came across Naruto's face, as he rubbed the back of his head. Wow, Naruto said. I don't really know what to say, Hinata. No one has ever told me that I was the source of his or her strength. I'm flattered. But I don't think you relying on me to be your pillar of strength is a very good idea. Why not? Hinata stammered, her white eyes wide. Well, relying on someone else to give you strength is only good if you are surrounded by those people, Naruto said. What if you are alone? You need to be able to rely on yourself, on your own strength at times. Sometimes you will be in a fight where no one can help you. You have to rely on your strength to win. But, Hinata, I'm not saying you taking strength from me is a bad thing, Naruto said quickly. But you need to find a reason to become strong. At first, all I wanted to become strong was to be recognized and looked at. But I found out that was a selfish and terrible reason to become strong. I didn't care how I was recognized or looked. It wasn't until the night of the academy exams that I found my reason to become strong. And what is Naruto-kun? Hinata asked softly. To become the main pillar of strength for the village, Naruto said with a wide smile. To be the one that protects this village, and takes on the burdens that others can't. You need to find your own path, Hinata. Don't just follow someone in hopes of getting parts of their strength. Find that one way, and I hope that I'll be there to see it. There you are, Hinata! Hinata and Naruto turned to see Hinata's teammates, Kiba Inazaka and Shino Aburame, approaching the memorial stone. Kiba-kun, Shino-kun, Hinata stammered. What are you two doing here? Kiba asked bluntly. I was paying respects to Konoha's heroes, Naruto said. Hinata was passing by and we started talking. What about Kiba? Whoa there, Naruto, Kiba said. Just asking, no need to get defensive. Unless you two were doing more than talking, he added with a strange gleam in his eye. Hinata eeped and blushed heavily. Of course we were just talking, Naruto said. What else would we be doing? Kiba just shook his head. We should continue moving, Shino said, speaking for the first time. We do not want to be late for the exams. That's right, you guys are taking the Chunin exams too, Naruto said. Sakura-chan and Sasuke are probably waiting for me. You're taking the Chunin exams? Ha, Kiba laughed. There's no way you'll pass. You failed the academy exam 3 times, and now you think you'll pass these? I am a lot stronger than I was in the academy, Naruto growled. Just you watch, Kiba. I'll be a Chunin way before you will. Yeah right, dead last, Kiba mocked. Don't fight, Naruto-kun, Kiba-kun. Hinata tried to interject but the two hot-headed boys ignored her. Whatever, Kiba, Naruto said. Just watch. I gotta go, Sakura-chan and Sasuke waiting for me. See you guys later, bye Hinata. Naruto turned and walked off, leaving teammates staring after him. Kiba-san, Hinata-san, did you guys notice that Naruto-san was wearing something other than those nasty orange jumpsuits? Shino asked. Both Kiba and Hinata blinked and then nodded slowly. Naruto! Where have you been? Sakura screamed. We were supposed to meet here 15 minutes ago. Sorry, Sakura-chan. I was paying my respects at the memorial stone and then I ran into Hinata and teammate, Naruto said. Wait, that actually makes sense, Sakura said. Of course it does. What do you think I would make up excuses like Kakashi-sensei does? Naruto asked. Sakura blushed. Sakura-chan, Naruto whined. It doesn't matter to you too, Sasuke said. We need to go or we'll be late. Right, Naruto and Sakura said, falling into flanking positions. What were you talking to teammate about, Naruto? Sakura asked as Team 7 approached the academy. Oh right, Naruto said. Well, Hinata told me that I was the source of her strength, and then I said that she had it wrong. Naruto! How could you say something so tactless? Sakura scolded. Hinata poured her heart out to you, and you just stomped on it like mud. What? Naruto gasped. I just told her that relying on me to give her strength is not the way to go. She needs to find her own path to strength, not rely on someone else giving it to her. Sakura blinked. She hadn't expected such a mature answer from Naruto. All right, Naruto, but you better not have hurt Hinata, Sakura warned. She is a sweet girl and doesn't deserve that. I know that, Naruto said. I would never do that. Enough talking, we're here, Sasuke said. They had reached the academy. This brings back memories, doesn't it? Naruto asked as Team 7 entered the academy. Yeah, it does, Sakura agreed. Sasuke grunted his own agreement. What the? Naruto asked as Team 7 came upon a peculiar scene. The hallway in front of them was packed with other genin. The door to classroom 301 was being guarded by two older-looking genin. Look, brats, we are doing you all a favor, the older genin with bandages across his nose. We have taken and failed these exams the last 2 times, so we know who the Chunin material is. And none of you come close. Please sir, you have to let us pass, a bun-haired girl pleaded. The girl seemed familiar to Naruto. He knew that he had seen her before. Wait, didn't we only go up 1 flight of stairs? Sakura whispered. Naruto and Sasuke blinked and looked back down the hallway. They must have put it on the door, Sasuke realized. Nice catch, Sakura-chan, Naruto praised. So what should we do? Just keep moving, Sasuke said. There must be a reason they put it up, and I'll wager that it is supposed to be some sort of pretest. If they can't see through such a low level, then they don't deserve to become like us, Sasuke, Naruto chuckled. If Sakura-chan hadn't noticed it, then where would we be? Speak for yourself, Sasuke grumbled. Let's just keep moving. Team 7 began making their way down the hallway when a voice called out, Where are you 3 going? Team 7 turned to see the other older genin looking at them. Giving up already? The bandaged genin smirked. You know the exit is the other way. We're not giving up, Naruto snapped. We're just going to the real exam room. Real exam room? A female genin wearing a headband with 4 wavy lines on it said. Didn't anyone else realize that we only went up 1 flight of stairs? Sakura asked. This is only the 2nd floor. Drop the 2, Sasuke said. So you noticed then? The older genin grinned. The classroom sign wavered for a second and then the number changed from 301 to 201. In these exams, you will be faced with a lot of unknown situations, the scarred genin said. You need to be always on guard, especially when in another village. Chunins are team leaders, and must always look underneath. So it's not just Kakashi-sensei who says that? Naruto commented. Come on you too, Sasuke said. We have a test to dominate. So that's Kakashi's team? They look ready, the scarred genin said. These exams sure will be interesting, his partner said. Sasuke Uchiha. A loud voice shouted. Team 7 turned and saw a boy their age but wearing a green spandex jumpsuit and orange leg warmers. Whoa! Naruto said. That's one weird outfit. Coming from someone who used to wear a bright orange jumpsuit, that's a bit hypocritical, Sakura said blandly. Hey, I got rid of my jumpsuit, didn't I? Naruto pouted. I guess that's true, Sakura admitted. Naruto did look a lot more ninja-like now. The blonde was now wearing dark blue cargo pants that were taped at his ankles. He also wore a dark orange long-sleeved shirt with a sleeveless dark green hooded jacket over it. What do you want? Sasuke asked the newcomer. I am here to challenge you, the boy announced. I am Rock Lee, and I want to challenge the Uchiha genius. I am the strongest genin in the village, and I want to see how you measure up. Sasuke's eyes narrowed at the challenge. Sasuke, we don't have time for this, Naruto said. We don't know what the exams are going to be like, and if you get hurt, we all might fail. I bet you'll get to fight this guy during the exam. let's just keep moving. Sasuke looked like he wanted to shoot down Naruto's suggestion, but his common sense kicked in before his pride could. Fine, he grumbled. My teammate is right. There will be opportunities later in the exams, so we will settle this then. Very well then, Sasuke Uchiha, Rock Lee said with a blinding smile. And you must be the lovely Sakura Haruno. Please be my girlfriend? No way! Sakura cried. I would never date someone like you. Lee's head dropped to his chest at Sakura's vehement denial. Come on, it's almost 3, Naruto said. We don't want to be late. Team 7 turned from Lee and made their way out of the presentation hall and up the second flight of stairs. Kakashi-sensei. Team 7 gasped when they saw their sensei leaning against the wall next to the door to the exam room. Yo, you 3, Kakashi said looking up from his book. Glad to see you all made it. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Well, this exam is a team exam, Kakashi said. So unless all 3 of you showed up, I would have to bar the others from entering. Then why didn't you tell us that? Sakura asked. If I had, then you would have pressured each other into participating, Kakashi explained. Now before you go in there, remember you 3 are stronger together than you apart. And look underneath. The underneath, Team 7 finished in unison. Don't worry, Sensei, we won't let you down, Naruto promised. I know you 3 won't, Kakashi said. Good luck. Let's kick ass! Naruto cried as he kicked open the door. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoy this scenario. If you want the next part of this video, turn on that bell notification. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. And also check out the others' videos. I have created and enjoyed it. See you guys next video. Until that, take care.